All right. Hey. Friday night, same cues, different views, episode 22. We've made it this far. We will be joined by a couple other people here shortly, but we're your hosts for now, Parabellum and Hex 7. And we've got a really packed show tonight. There's a lot of stuff to go over. Man, what a week it's been. What do you think, Parabellum?
I think it's been a hell of a week. There's so much news you probably can't even pack it into the type of show that we're going to do. We'll do our best to get everything that we find. But if you take a peek at the bottom of the screen, this is a new addition for us. We do have a scrolling information feed now to be able to add to our stream, and it'll be all the topics that we're probably going to be talking about tonight on the show.
We got Walker by God.
Walker.
What's up, buddy?
Welcome to the show, bud.
Big Country will be joining a little bit later, Walker.
Okay, I'm going to basically listen to you all, so you guys can mute me unless I want to, and I won't say nothing, because I've got a lot of people here tonight.
Okay.
I know the noise is going to be back on you guys, and I won't say nothing unless I just want to listen.
Anytime you got something to say about anything we're going over, just jump right in.
Oh yeah.
Wave that hand, you know the drill.
Yeah. Like when I was trying to high five your brother, I was like, I think they would have thought, because I thought y'all thought if I'm gonna just do that as just to high five him, and then I'll do this.
Yeah. You know Can we mix it up and unmute you? You know?
Yeah. Like every time he does something that I thought was freaking cool, I'd be like, hell yeah, that's my way of high fiving.
The first thing they try to do is take away our communication. You know that.
Hey, listen, all we're doing is tightening it
up. So bear with us, guys, tonight. I've been doing Halloween decorations around my house, so we've tried to put this show together and get as much information as we can for you guys tonight and put it out. So like, again, bear with us. Yeah, and I've got a cough tonight. I've got allergies. So
yeah, I had the vehicle, the serpentine belt shredded on my way back from a diabetic appointment with my daughter today. And that put me behind a couple hours, but I did have a message from a friend, Debbie Bentley, out there on Facebook. I did want to bring this up about the 4 rhinos that voted. Did y'all see that? The 4 rhinos that voted against Ilhan Omar?
Oh, yeah.
Let me bring their names up real quick. Let's see. 4 Republicans voted.
She's a lizard people.
She is one of the lizard people. Absolutely. Let me see if I can pull the names up real quick.
I'll get it. Just bring it to me.
Fix my camera here. It's starting to slide off my stand. Get up there.
I had it. You can go ahead and talk. I'll just look for this real quick. Right. I just wanted to make sure to do this for Debbie. She was,
but yeah, I'd seen that. Also, something I want to throw out there. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I was sitting at work the other day and I got a notification, a text on my phone that said I had received some money. And I was like, okay, it was like $34.87, and I'm like, texting my wife, and I'm like, did you send me $34.87? She's like, no. I said, you didn't send it via Facebook? No. So what? I got to looking at it, and there was this Facebook settlement that had took place where Facebook was sued for, I can't think of how many million. I'm not sure how many million it was. They were sued 1 point something million, or I don't know, maybe it was more. I'll probably need to look that up, and get that out there. But anyway, that's what it came from, because they were giving your information out to third parties. Okay, Walker, sorry.
Hey, no, it's okay. This is real quick, then I'll leave you alone. But just while I got it on mine, and my cousin was talking to me about it, did y'all see where Candace Owens got online and was talking about Charlie Kirk?
We did. Yeah, that'll be something we're going to get into.
Y'all going to talk about it?
Yeah, we've got some of that tonight.
A little bit. Okay. We're going to try and get some of those videos. I know there's a lot of different perspectives that are going on about that with the Israel and everything. And
that's the reason I wanted to make sure that's all. I appreciate you. Deal. Go ahead and mute me.
Okay. You're muted, Walker. But
that's another hand signal, by the way.
Yeah, I got like $34 and something from a Facebook settlement that was over a million. I don't know how many million it was, but I thought that was kind of wild. I was like, Who's
Oh,
sending
that's
me this
pretty cool.
money?
Class action lawsuit came through
Yeah.
for you.
We'll have to look that up and see how much exactly it was. I can't remember, but if it was 1.7 million, I'd be like, oh my God.
You're the one freezing up tonight.
Am I freezing? I'm freezing. You're froze. Walker's good. Uh-oh, it's Parabellum. It's froze up, and we've lost Parabellum. Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
Here,
I'm back.
Here he comes.
I
Here he
blamed
comes.
you, and then I was like, no, it's me. Here we go again, dude.
I wasn't the one that farted. You were.
Yeah, I know. I was blaming you, bro. It was like Dave's froze, man. Rex is froze.
Anyway, you get your stuff you were looking for?
Yeah, I did. Let me pull that up. So those 4 Republicans that recently voted to keep Ilhan Omar, I guess in her Democratic seat was you got 4 yeses from Flood, Hurd out of Colorado, McClintock, and Mills. So make sure you check those names. And for anybody that's Republican, go ahead and vote those rhinos out. Should you wish? That is definitely something I approve of, though, personally.
So yeah, absolutely. Did you have a video clip you're going to play with that?
No, I didn't have a video clip. I was just trying to pull that up real quick, and I remembered it on the fly. I promised a friend that I would bring that up. I just I forgot to do that because we were in such crunch time today.
Okay. So we got some financial news coming up, but before we get into that, one of the things we've got coming up in the show is some Charlie Kirk stuff, and I want to let everybody know that some of this stuff is a little weird that's happened, that's come out here recently with this Charlie Kirk assassination, and we are just going to put this out there, and you guys make of it what you want. I'm just going to, like I've got a few slides put together on this, and I'm just going to toss this out there to you guys, but make of it what you want. This is in no way saying anything specific in any shape, form, or fashion that once we start into this Charlie Kirk stuff. It's just something we want to throw out there. Again, make of it what you want. But you got some anything else before we jump into financial?
Nothing before financial. We'll just go ahead and jump into that. I
All
don't
right,
have
let's
too much as far as it goes.
Let's queue up some financial news here.
All right.
Floor is yours,
All
brother.
right, so here we go, man. Make sure do not hit that money sign, because that's how we got banned, apparently, for playing that little clip of money, money, money. Apparently, I got to find a new slogan. We're not going to try and do that today, guys. The tedious workings of social streaming and all the damn rules. But anyways, here we go. We're going to start it off. Basically, we're just going to look. Let me get over here. And we're just going to start off looking straight into trueflation.com. Okay. So, go with the initial Trueflation report, 2.24%. That's showing a 0.02% increase. Again, Trueflation, they do day-by-day analysis of what the market actually is day by day rather than month by month for CPIs and everything that the Bureau of Labor Statistics may use. So I want to continue to be able to use Trueflation on that. What you're seeing is, in the last year, Trueflation or inflation has slightly, according to Trueflation, only went up in between 1% to 2%, but that's really not much at all. Okay. That's really literally next to nothing. But what you see here, what was reported today is one of the first decreases. And you see basically, let me see if that shows up. Yeah, there we go. There's my mouse. It's just a regular up and down that's going on. You get a pretty consistent Trueflation rate that's going on in the Trump economy. We'll go ahead and move forward. Something I did include, you guys were asking a whole lot what's going on with the troy ounce of gold, and I even added crypto into this. So we got crypto, gold, and Trump.
Go ahead. We'll get into it. Go ahead.
So I know it's a little small on the screen. I'll work to do a little bit better, but as of today, the gold troy ounce, that was $3,673 per troy ounce. What you're seeing is a significant increase in gold, especially under the Trump administration. You also see the same thing in crypto under the Trump administration. Crypto, if you look down here, guys, versus a year ago where my mouse is at, the average stock shareholder price was 61. The average price for crypto was 61,000, but within a year, it's more than doubled. And, you're looking at 116,611. But the one thing that I kind of wanted to bring together on this, and I'm sure you're asking, why did I put Genius Act under there? If you guys remember the crypto market, I've run into a lot of rooms where people definitely, you're going to get into a huge battle over crypto, gold, and all that. People have their opinions about this, okay, going on. But the one point that I would like to make is that if you look for crypto, it was going up at the end of the Joe Biden administration, okay, in December. And then you see in January to March, you see a little bit of a drop in crypto, right? And I would assume that came from, make sure I'm not frozen. Yeah. Okay. I would assume that came from the people were unsure what was going to go on with President Trump during that administration. And then some time had passed and people realized he's actually going for crypto. He's going for gold and he's going for the American dollar. Right. So then you start to see the meteoric rise is what it's actually described as. It's a total meteoric rise of crypto to be able to double and go up to 116,000. The Genius Act, however, I did want to bring that up. That was something that President Trump passed a little bit before. And a point that I'd like to make is that a lot of people refuse to believe that crypto was a volatile market. And a lot of people still try to say that today. They try to say that's not a volatile market. Well, here's the thing, because I'm a total Trump supporter, MAGA me if you like, I'll take the title. But when President Trump incorporated the Genius Act, what he did is he provided the stable coins that go with crypto. He introduced them to be able to be backed by the American dollar. So what he's doing is he actually incorporated stability into the crypto market. And I believe that that's a firmly huge increase for what happened to crypto. You start to get in the market, you get a little bit of stability that comes out of that. You're actually backed by the American dollar. And a lot of the crypto before that, it was not. There was no backing. It was absolutely a volatile up-down market. You didn't know what was going to happen. Go ahead.
I wonder when we're going to see the Fort Knox audit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to come?
No telling. That's probably up there with the moon landing stuff. I don't know.
But like all this stuff that you're can I pull a slide up real quick or share my screen real quick?
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'll just remove that real quick.
All this stuff that you're talking about with gold. Q was asked, do we have the gold? And Q says, yes, gold shall destroy the Fed. And like you were getting at there, gold's rising.
Right. It absolutely is. Gold is definitely on the rise. The point that I'm trying to make, I guess, as far as that is the genius of Trump and the sheer irony. I think I truly understand why he called it the Genius Act. He's kind of being a smartass because he understood that crypto was a volatile market and it didn't have anything that was going to back it. Okay. There was no security for people who invested in it. And you're going to get negative. You're going to get different responses from other people. I'm not even going that deep into it. But if you look at this, you see the meteoric rise of President Trump with crypto and gold has absolutely shot through the roof. Okay. And I truly believe that's part of the Genius Act. I'll go a little bit further. Let me, One thing I can say though, is the American dollar. However, if you look at this American dollar, guys, okay, unfortunately, under the Biden administration, I have to be honest, and I have to say that the American dollar actually was going up. And then in 2025, at the beginning of the year, January, you start to see this horrible decline in the American dollar. Now, this is the DXY. It's the dollar index chart, okay? You guys can look that up. Unfortunately, that's the truth of it. So it went from 109 and we're actually all the way down to, if you look at 97.6. So yeah, there's definitely been a huge drop, but don't take that to heart. I don't think that's a bad thing. Again, I think that's a little bit of the genius that's going on with President Trump, Hex, because he understands that the American dollar needs something to boost it, right? And part of the Genius Act was to take crypto and stable coins that were moving so high and then be able to essentially tie the dollar into it to be able to boost the American dollar. So I'm just wondering, you see this huge drop, but then you start to see right here at the end, this was, what was this? October. You start to see an increase, right? So I don't give anybody financial advice or anything like that. But what I do hope is that the Genius Act does play through and Trump does tie in gold, crypto, and everything together. And you do see the American dollar come up. You got any thoughts on that, Hex?
No, not a whole lot, but I know you had talked last night. You like we were talking. You were talking about how this could tie into our Saturday episode with the Anunnaki.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With the Anunnaki, man, there it is. Walker, by God, he's got a hand.
All right,
He's just waving.
I got you, Walker. There you go.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if I did that right there, then we got problems. Because brother ain't on here. If you look at the gold trade, like it would be so cool if you could back and actually see the growth and the drops and see what they compare to during certain prices of things. I said, but like the rise on the gold prices, it's crazy how they hit during these times. But I bet you $100 if they would actually do. I don't want to bet $100, 100 pesos, but I
is that illegal?
If they would actually do an audit on the gold at Fort Knox, I almost would bet they have more gold there than what they're supposed to.
Well, I think that's a great thing to kind of tie in there, man, because
it don't make no
shut
sense.
Up and you got it tied into crypto stable coins. I mean, how that's all going to work out. Everybody's always picked a side. They either want crypto or they want gold or the Fed's gone. But I see President Trump seeing all of it. That's what I kind of see.
I believe there's some flies in the room that already know what's happening. Hence the reason why it's going up in a sense. But I'd almost spent money that him bringing up Fort Knox. Yeah, either there's no gold there or there's more gold than what's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Yep. You see what I'm saying? You can mock me. You can mock me.
2619 Q there. He was asked, like I said, do we have the gold? And that's the gold in Fort Knox, I believe is what they're referring to. And Q says gold shall destroy the Fed. And I honestly think gold shall destroy the Fed. Walker, I think maybe, do you want unmuted, Walker?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm trying to adjust my.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think you have a pretty good point there, Hex, because like what I'm kind of bringing into that is that you see somebody from the business world, President Trump, very smart. You got a lot of people picking sides, and you see him actually going after, give me crypto and give me stable coins, give me the gold dollar, give me the American dollar. Let's boost every bit of it. So does that tie into your, do we have the gold? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's a possibility, man.
Like Trump says, let's just see what happens.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and move forward with the financial segment.
All right.
We got the crypto and gold. I'm going to start reporting the prices actually. That way we can tie it into the Anunnaki segment and the people are informed on what's going on with crypto and gold. Let me see here. There we go. And the dollar. So this is the big thing that happened in the financial. Everybody's seen it. President Trump, UK, they signed the technology prosperity deal. So President Trump went over to UK at the Windsor Castle. He's there for 2 days. Some of the things that happened, the details as far as Trump and Starmer inking the historic tech deal was $350 billion in investments from numerous U.S. companies. That's going to actually go toward the UK. So what we're kind of looking at is we're going to build the UK. And Trump even quoted Prime Minister Starmer as a tough negotiator. I think we've heard him say that before. But this deal is expected to create thousands of jobs for both countries, even though a lot of it seemed like it went towards UK and they get a lot of the good. It's going to create jobs for both countries. The main focus of this deal is focus on AI, artificial intelligence, civil nuclear energy, and quantum computing sectors. So a little bit into that, I'll just go briefly. AI, one of the main things they're trying to do is strengthen the partnership between the United States of America AI Standards and Innovation and the UK AI Security Institute. So we're basically just going to be working in collaboration. And I think that them being able to do that is some of the biggest traders on the market. It's going to create a lot of good for both countries, having those two people work together. As far as civil nuclear energy, so scary word, people freak out on that. What we're going to look at is accelerating the building in UK 12 advanced modular nuclear reactors and secure the supply chain for advanced nuclear fuels. Okay, so basically that's just going to be able to, we'll be again in collaboration with UK and the United States, and what we're hoping is
that the are you there? We lose your Parabellum? Oh, he's froze
back
up.
in a second. Sorry about
okay.
that. Got a little bit of delay.
Is that the department?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the Department of Energy that's doing that?
I'm not sure. I have to double check and look into that. Let's see.
I was just curious. You don't have to do it right now. Just
okay.
a thought had popped into my head when you was talking about this.
Let me double check. I just got it right here. We'll pull it up. UK Prime Minister, deal TPD memorandum. I'm pretty sure that's just a deal between President Trump and the UK Prime Minister and UK President. So, unless, I mean, do you have anything? It might be the other way around.
Well, like I was thinking, like if it's the Department of Energy, like a lot of the stuff you were talking about there kind of made me think of it, and
well, I think it's going to have a follow down effect into the Department of Energy. For
the highest, nations. Well, what I was getting as the highest level of clearance in the Department of Energy is Q clearance, which gives you access. Let me just
you sneaky little worm. You go ahead and look that up.
I've got it. I can share my screen if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me remove that and go ahead.
If you want to give that a read, let me zoom in on that.
Yeah, zoom in.
Oh, wrong. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
always click the wrong window. There we go.
Control plus. Yep. Keep on going.
Oh, zoom in more.
Hello?
Does that work? Can you hear me? Hello. Oh, I think Parabellum has froze up once again.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Apparently, I've just got some sort of an issue going on with my internet, but I'll go ahead and read that. So the Q clearance that you're talking about, it's a U.S. Department of Energy security clearance that is equivalent to a top secret clearance and grants access to classified information, including top secret restricted data and special nuclear material. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
Do I have some Q to sprinkle on stuff?
Man, you're all
does it
all Q, dude.
Does a rabbit shit Cocoa Puffs? I mean,
we got Walker down there. Hold on.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You got my attention.
What with rabbit shit and Cocoa Puffs?
That is something else.
It's a color thing.
But
those are just markers, baby.
You got that?
Yep, I got it. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, and then almost done here, guys. I'll just move through it real quick. So the great thing about that with the civil nuclear energy and creating the 12 advanced nuclear reactors is that the UK and the US will again be working in collaboration to lower energy prices for both nations and be able to have abundance. And also, one of the big things that came out of this meeting and this tech prosperity deal was UK announced actually they announced at the meeting with President Trump, UK will achieve full independence from Russian fuel by 2028. Now, I got a question for you guys on this. Are you happy with that 2028 number? For them to achieve independence. Okay, so UK is buying Russian oil. All of these NATO countries are still buying Russian oil, and they're kindly, sideways stepping funding Putin's war in Ukraine. So that's what I'm getting into. So 2028 is when UK said, hey, we'll make this great deal and we get all these great things, but we're not going to stop really buying oil from Russia until 2028. What happens in 2028?
Another election.
It's an election. And, Trump not going to be able to run again. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. We do all these things on this show. So I'm not really down with that number. I would prefer to see even a 2027 to kind of strengthen that deal that they got going on. That way it shows commitment to President Trump, and we're going to do this.
Walker's got something there, but I like before Walker, I just want to say that I think possibly that we could probably see that before 2028.
The sad part about it, if they're going to agree with it, why don't they agree with it instead of a 4-year period, do like a 10 and lock that shit down?
Absolutely. Hit a 10-year
Because then that
period.
will raise the markets on things.
Yes.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
you're going to put optimism into the market and people are going to start
no
buying
matter
them.
no matter who becomes the president, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure they've got a line up of who's going to be president and the control of things. But wouldn't you rather have like a 10-year lease on it instead of the 4?
I would.
Locked in on a certain price, if that makes any sense.
I would. That'd be absolutely great. So let's see, where was we at? Okay, so basically so here's something new that I thought was pretty neat as far as energy goes for this deal that happened. And it's, you can look it up and find the details for it, but this is going to enhance the UK-USA collaboration on fusion energy research. That's something we haven't spoke about on the show yet, fusion energy and how it's limitless. And there's maybe been certain scientific breakthroughs here recently. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think that's a really good thing for the United States and UK to get together and maybe be able to spend a little money and work in tandem to find, can we get the answer to cold fusion? Because that'll be something maybe we can get into on another show. But I think that's a really great topic to get into, especially with how much it's changed over the years. Everybody's always talking, and we've gotten these conversations, right? Windmills or hydroelectric dams. But, you've been looking at fusion for many, many years, and you got skeptics about it. And then you got people in the science field that are actually starting to make it happen with atoms, making a one round trip. So things are happening in that. I think it's a great thing. So there was numerous companies that invest in this. I'm just going to list real quick, just a few. You can see it on the screen. Microsoft invested $22 billion. Google invested $5 billion, and that includes them building new UK data centers. And NVIDIA, $2 billion for basically the support of UK's AI startup program. So we're basically getting UK on the field. We're doing a real big favor here.
It sounds to me like,
my question is, what are we going to, what do you get for doing something like that?
Well, it sounds to me like everybody's getting on board, and it sounds to me like I don't know if you're a full control believer. The shows I watch, Absolute Storm and X-22, it's full control to me. What I'm seeing happening with these people getting on board, bringing all this stuff to the table.
Yes, everybody's jumping on board, but you got Trump kind of pushing this thing. So,
full control. This is going to go into a lot of. And we'll get into this a little bit later once we get into Trump's visit with the king, because there's a lot of full control around that I seen. But
there was a lot, and we'll save that for later, especially if you got the video. So I won't jump too much in.
I don't have a video on it. Actually, I do. I've got a guy I follow on X has got a video on that kind of gives a little bit of a take on it, but we'll get into that. But anyway, continue. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Right. No, you're okay, man. And then, of course, you guys all heard about this, the Jerome Powell cutting the interest rates. I give that a 2 big thumbs down for the 0.25 basis point. What do you guys think about this horse shit?
Again, that's not Jerome Powell. That's what's his name from Ernest.
I'm sorry. I didn't correct it up top, but if you look in my text, it's always too late.
No, too late, but that's the what's his name from Ernest.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Hopefully I don't freeze up here. It looks like I'm slowing down again. But some of the things that happen with the interest rates, Fed's cutting the rate. So too late, Powell. He cuts rates for the first time. To me, I think it's a thumbs down. It's a 25-point basis drop. That reduced the federal interest rate from 4 to 4.25 range. Some of the things that he said for his reasoning for this was he remarked that risks to inflation were tilted to the upside and risks to employment were to the downside. So that's based off the Bureau of Labor Statistic details and stuff like that. You got the monthly job reports and everything that's coming out, right? So he's playing it safe. And President Trump's immediate response to this was that's not enough, because we know he wanted 2 to a 3-point, decrease, right? He says, cut interest rate now, President Trump, and bigger than too late had in mind. What was the result of, yet again, too late Powell coming out and saying something about the stock market? He came out and he said these things, and it totally dampened the stock market. The very next day, the market was almost at a minimal change. It didn't really have too much of an effect. But I can tell you the NASDAQ and the SP 500, they were in the green and they were set to make new record highs. But as soon as he came out and he made these statements, economy went in the dumps there for a little bit.
So with Jerome Powell there and what he's done, I think I touched on this on one of our episodes. We were talking about it, and I said I think, you know, it's been my opinion based off the stuff I've watched and the shows I watch. It's been my opinion that Jerome Powell's in there to help destroy the Fed, because a lot of people's looking at the Fed right now with what Jerome Powell's doing, and they're going making that frowny, sad face at it.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
So the Fed is actually being exposed, and I think maybe possibly. It's my opinion that Jerome Powell's in there to help destroy the Fed. He's playing a part.
Okay. So there's a different angle. Here we go. Walker, what's that?
Oh, Walker got something?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, like that's my take on it.
You want to elaborate? You got any elaborations on that, or like how does that?
Me or Walker?
Either.
Look here. The political pawns, you know, which part of the board are they moving to? What are they doing? You know, like,
what are we playing here? 5D chess.
Yeah, I mean, if you sit and think about it, there's always there has to be a reason why he's doing that. Has to be.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I think Jerome Powell's in there to help destroy the Fed, help get it out to the public, and the public is like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Don't you have President Trump also talking about moving away from the Fed, right? And he's looking at tariff for currency. He's on record saying that, correct?
Yeah. And right there.
And the sad part about it, I posted this on Facebook today. A lot of people wasn't looking, but I think I'm what do they call it? Shadow banned. But there's a lot of stuff that, you know, smoke and mirrors type stuff, but you can pay attention to their actual demeanor by body language on how they're acting when it comes to stuff. So just whenever you're looking for patterns, and why wouldn't you think of that, especially all the bullshit he's done?
Yeah. Right. Again, I'm going to pull this up one more time.
Yes. Go ahead.
Gold shall destroy the Fed. And like I said, I think Jerome Powell's in there to help destroy the Fed, to expose it for what it is, and get the people looking at it, get the general public's eyes on it.
Well, you see it right there, man, and you make a great case, and we've got the gold on the rise. You know, I mean, we got the reports of everything that's going on. So
mute me that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I thought you said mutiny. Mutiny.
Arr!
I think I got one more here, guys.
But that forward. I was going to say that image you had that image you had up there, Jerome Powell and Trump.
Oh, Trump, yeah, that was great.
Trump's pointing at that paper, going, "Right there. That's what you said, motherfucker. It's on paper."
Yeah, right there. And he's looking dumbfounded and lost and baffled. Too late, pal. You know, not catching on. Again, though, like I said, there was a dampening of the market that happened that day. I remember watching it, when Jerome Powell brought that up, the market did go down. But since then, we've rebounded, and we are back on the track for, more new highs coming into the future for the S&P and the 500. Dow Jones Index up 172 points, S&P 32. You guys see it right there. NASDAQ up 160 points on close today. That's what I got for your financial segment. Any questions?
I have none.
All right, cool deal. I know there's more stuff, but I was kind of in a rush.
But well, that's fine. Before we get into anything else, though, we've got quite a few people watching. I just want to remind everybody, go down there, whatever platform you're watching on, whether it be Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. We can't seem to get the shit lined out with Facebook because they're streaming. Protocol.
Their live streaming is a total pain in the butt.
It's because they don't want you on there.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I recommend whatever platform you're watching us on. Twitch, we're on quite a few platforms streaming live right now. So whatever you're watching on, go down there and smash that thumbs up button. Give us a like. We've got live chat on a couple of these platforms. And if you want to jump in, I think it will probably pop up on our StreamYard as it's happening. If you got any takes or comments or anything like that. And then I also want to mention that we've been going over the Anunnaki. We started it on a Friday. with the regular show, but then we've migrated it to Saturday nights at 8:00. And again, tomorrow night, 8:00, we're going to continue on part 3 with the Anunnaki special that we've been doing. And we've got a lot of really good stuff to go over with that.
Oh yeah.
So
Something looking a little bit like that. And cutting in on the
yeah, I was going to say,
what
wait,
about that, Walter? You see that key form?
I was going to say, why is our lettering all Chinese looking? Oh, it's Anunnaki. But yeah, definitely check out the rabbit hole segment.
I froze again.
Yeah, you froze again, but definitely check out the rabbit hole segment tomorrow night, 8:00, same cues, different views. We'll be streaming on the same exact platforms, and we'll do some more Anunnaki part 3 and dive a little deeper into that. I think we got a lot of good stuff for tomorrow night's Anunnaki lined up, so check it out. I know next, you were talking earlier today, Parabellum, about KASH Patel news and the stuff that's around him.
Oh my gosh, what a firestorm that came out with KASH Patel, dude.
So
we've got a few videos, and I really want to go through these, man, because
he took them to school.
He absolutely took him to school. I've been waiting for this moment. KASH Patel has been there in his conservative ways. He sat nicely and not responded and let them run their mouth and do all these things in these multiple meetings that happened. But my God, KASH Patel absolutely went off on Cory Booker, Adam Schiff. You know what I mean? He went off on everybody, dude.
He did. It was so awesome to watch the left go, and then KASH is like, boom.
Yeah. They could not stand having their own playbook thrown back at them.
Yeah, their own shit thrown in their face.
So you see Patel taking the gloves off. What do you think would be a good one to start?
I don't know. Any of them's awesome. They're all phenomenal. I loved every one of them.
Okay, so here we go. We're just going through quick little 1 minute clips.
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait. Before we get into that, I do want to say I'd seen that somebody it was going around that Dan Bongino was going to once again leave the FBI, but I just wanted to toss this out there. I've not seen any confirmation on it. I've not seen Dan Bongino post anything on it. So if you've seen that, just take it with a grain of salt.
Let's see here. July 11th, July 14th, September 15th. This
is the other thing too. You got to remember with this is a lot of stuff that you see. These left-wing people make fake accounts and post fake content, fake news. So
they do.
Don't
they make
believe
a lot of fake news.
Everything you see, at least sometimes I post stuff and then I realize that, oh well, that's not correct.
Yeah. You got
it
something we get into later a little bit. I think what you're talking about is the dissemination of information that's going on out there in the world today.
The discernment.
Yep. Well, dissemination. Information.
Or dissemination. Yeah.
Yes.
But definitely don't believe everything you see. Me personally, I don't see Dan Bongino leaving. Dan Bongino was a good friend of Charlie Kirk, and I was watching. I think it was it may have been Red Pill 78 show I was watching, and he was talking about this and how Dan Bongino had to investigate like one of his best friends' murders.
Oh yeah. Well, when you have a moral compass and you got principles and you stand for something, you're not falling for anything, right? Aaron Tippin, my lady's in here. She'll love that. These are things that you do, whether it's, you always stand for the right. And that's even if it's your friend or if it's your club, if you're wrong, you're wrong. And if you're right, you're right. Accountability. That's what.
And also off topic here before we jump into this KASH Patel stuff, at some point there, Walker, I don't know what you're tattooing, but it'd be cool if you give us a little peek at what the art you're working on there. That'd be nice. If the person you're tattooing is okay with it.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, he's muted.
I got him.
I said she's all right with it, and we will.
Okay.
Get some of it done though.
Okay.
There we go. See, yep. Let me get it. Let me get it.
All right. So we're gonna get a peek into some kick-ass Chris Walker tattooing here tonight. Oh yeah. But anyway, let's roll into some KASH Patel.
All right, so I'm thinking one of the best one. Well, one of my favorites is just like we're talking about accountability and doing the right thing, is did you see the Eric Swalwell video with Kash Patel going off on Eric Swalwell?
Yeah.
So let's do a little bit of backstory of that. Eric Swalwell showing up, and I mean, he is known for what was
He's
it?
known
He
for
was doing
Fang
the
Fang.
nasty, nasty
With
with that
Fang Fang.
Chinese spy, right?
Bang bang.
He was getting down with a Chinese spy. So
You want
know,
sucky sucky?
oh, Lord.
Sorry. I mean,
Went
Eric-
all the way. Yeah, this is
I
not
went
the
there.
fuck- It's a tattoo party. But here we
Eric
go.
Swalwell. All right.
Eric Swalwell. This is great, guys. Check it out.
After remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I.
Hold on. Can you hear that, Walker?
It's really low.
Shoot. Let me do that for you guys real quick. I'll just
Add it
move
stage
over.
down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna add it stage.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's up there. Now do it.
Where's it at? There we go. Let's
Remembering
play
your
it.
oath
Is that better?
to tell the truth,
Yeah.
did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in
It's
the
a simple
Attorney's
question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is
painstakingly
simple.
Who
Did you
can
tell
be-
the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Oh,
Yes or
what
no?
a
Why don't you
turd.
try spelling it out?
Yes
if
or
you're gonna
no,
mock.
Director? Yes or no?
No? A, B, C?
Director,
D, E,
did you,
F?
sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your
Director,
constituency
did
by
you tell the
focusing on
Attorney
reducing
General
violent
that Donald
crime in this
Trump's name-
country and the number of pedophiles that are
Director,
legally
reclaim
harbored
my time,
in your
Director.
sanctuary cities in
Director,
California?
reclaim
I'll
my
work
time.
with you on that. Do
Regular
you wanna
order, Mr.
work with us
Chairman.
on that?
Director,
I
reclaim my
belong to the
time.
gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or
Question
no?
has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt.
What about that, dude? Oh my God, that was great. Let me pull
Was
it
that AI or was that real?
you almost. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, absolutely real. I was waiting on that from Kash.
I know, but I'm
really
just
lining these people up in the committee and just give them good old fashioned moral compass. You know, accountability.
ABC. I love Kash. He is phenomenal.
Well, I think he's really starting to find his way. So
Yep.
that was one video. Let me load up another one. I think another great one was Adam Schiff that went down.
Oh
You know, so-
yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
You
Like,
guys will
he-
see this.
He absolutely annihilated Adam Schiff.
You guys will see this as this goes on. Every time that you put a Republican in a hearing like this and it's a Democratic board, all they do is talk over you. They don't allow you any kind of, response, and they try to make fun of you. And the very second that you do it to them, then all of a sudden I'm on my high and mighty horse. You're going to see this happen over and over again. I just find it disgusting. But here we go. Let me load this up for Adam Schiff. This was another great one.
Believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No, I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements
Oh,
of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds?
What I am doing is
most-
protecting this country,
the
providing
most
historic
significant
reform,
witness-
and
the most
combating the
significant witness,
weaponization of
the
intelligence
Epstein
by the likes
files
of you.
cover-up
And we have
gets
countlessly proven you to
from
be a
your
liar in
administration.
Russiagate.
He is 100% right there. I just wanted to pause and say that.
In
And you
January
call that
6th,
Absolutely.
you are
being
the
in
biggest
weeds?
fraud to ever sit in the
This
United States
stinks to
Senate.
high
You are a
heaven.
disgrace to this
This stinks to high
institution
heaven.
and an utter
And
coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised
I'm not
that you continue to
surprised
lie
that
from your perch and put on a show
two of you
so you can go
have
raise
you
money
out,
for your
and for good
charade.
reason.
You are a political buffoon at best.
I love that moment.
Take it to the
You can
bank
take an
that the
internet-
FBI is protecting this
make an
country
internet troll.
and the state and
The FBI
citizens of the
director
California.
will
We
always
are bringing
have nothing more
historic
than an
reform.
internet Point of
Historic.
order.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration administration and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice
Had it for
Department
12
did
years.
squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
You said
take
I'm the
control
most
of this
transparent
situation.
FBI director in history.
Take control of this
33,000 pages of information to
There's
you.
that 33,
I challenge
baby.
you to say
Uh-huh.
anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
So far, like, you know, they're attacking Kash Patel and trying to say he's not doing anything. Like, my wife even came to me the other night and she was like, looks like Kash Patel is not really doing so well. And I'm like, let's take a look back here.
No, I think
Kash Patel, he has done more in the FBI than Comey did, than any other FBI director has. He has done more and accomplished more in such a short amount of time than any other FBI director has.
Yeah, we've got a video to show that for the closing
Like,
statements himself too.
Look at the you know, the whole child trafficking thing that he's went after.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that alone right there is just like off the chart phenomenal that he's done.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
But anyway, oh no, you're not froze.
No.
But you can go ahead and continue. I just wanted to toss that out there that Kash Patel
Well, that one,
is doing a lot more. The thing is, the mainstream news doesn't cover this shit that he does. They don't want you to see this shit. The mainstream news is controlled by left-wing Democrats.
yeah, absolutely, dude.
So,
I agree.
they always find a way to, some story breaks, some story comes out, and I've got some of this coming up here when we get into the Charlie Kirk stuff, but some story breaks or some story comes out that they don't report on the stuff they should be reporting on. They report on false flag events. And by, again, false flag events, I don't mean that it didn't happen. It did happen, but it's a lot of them are set up events that they have staged so they can take away from the coverage of the stuff they should be reporting on. The Trump said fake news. They do put out lies, but they also, it's what pisses me off the most is what they omit from the news. Like, I get so freaking angry. Yeah.
60 Minutes. I mean, the lawsuit that happened, you know, for the Kamala Harris ordeal, or
that lawsuit. And what we got some of this coming up too with the Schmidt-Mudd Act that we can jump into, but that lawsuit with CBS and is that where 60 Minutes is? CBS, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in chat, but I think it's CBS. But anyway, that lawsuit that came out. It wasn't just that. There's been, what was the one here recently? I think it was Governor Kristi Noem, or one of them. They had one of the governors of a state. They had took her stuff out of context and cut her off on shit she was really getting at, and just put like the very end of it. But she was getting at some important shit. But that's what they do.
It was Kristi Noem.
Yeah, Chris, that's what I thought. It was Kristi Noem, and they cut her off, and that's bullshit. That's what the fake news does. They omit shit. They edit content that you're watching. CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, all them left-wing news outlets do that shit. And I cannot wait. I've said this on the show a million times. I cannot wait to see. I hate Gayle King. I hate Nora O'Donnell. I hate Nate Burleson, and I cannot wait to see them go down. I'm hoping
The View
and The View too, but I'm hoping they all go down. I cannot stand any of them MFers.
Oh, absolutely, man. So as far as the video with Adam Schiff, some of the biggest things that I've seen, political buffoon at best. So here's the thing. I love to see the director of the FBI a conservative, and I would love to see more of this kind of stuff happen in the Republican administration. I would love to see that, because you know where you've seen that really happen first? Mothers, fathers, parents showing up to school boards. When those moms and dads showed up to the school boards and they said, no more, you've accrued too much power and we're not standing for it anymore. You know, Republicans need to take, you know, I've been waiting, dude, for them to take a page out of the playbook of the parents that are out there. And we say, you know, no more, man. You know, so I'm glad to see this for that, and I'm hoping this is the direction.
One of the things I've seen in a lot of the shows I watch is they speak about this, and it's And Absolute Storm is a show that speaks about it a lot. And they had a guest on a couple nights ago. But one of the things they speak about is local action makes national impact.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a firm believer in that. But you got something else for us there?
I do. I got a little bit more Patel. There was a couple more hot moments that happened. We'll just try and move through it real quick.
Okay.
You got Patel with Jim Jordan doing the flurry of questions. You know, this was something that was a little bit positive for Patel. He got a chance to actually respond. And then before that, let's go ahead and do Dick Durbin. This was or are you saving that for badass clips?
No, go ahead.
It's okay. So Dick Durbin and Kash Patel. This was an absolute.
Oh wait, no, wait. Are you talking about no?
Yes,
I was going to save that for badass clips, but yeah, it would probably fall in right here.
Oh, it definitely goes in, dude.
Are you? Do I need to upload that video?
No, I've got it right here.
You've got it. Okay.
Yeah, no, I got it. It's
okay. All right. This was supposed to be a badass
Kash
clip.
Patel and Dick Durbin. Now, after you got to put it into perspective here. Kash Patel has been bombarded for like an hour and a half, 2 hours by Democrats.
Are you? Is this the one where Kash bombards Dick Durbin with?
Yes, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
You guys are gonna like this.
This is great. So Kash Patel was bombarded by questions, what I would consider moronic questions with no ability to answer for a good hour and a half. You could tell he's vividly frustrated, and he's done with this. Okay, so here we go, Dick Durbin. Enjoy this. This does go into the Biden autopin scandal and connections. Let's check it out.
There is no incriminating client list. Why was this July 7th memorandum unsigned?
Would you prefer I've used AutoPen?
Well, why was it unsigned?
The memorandum had the insignia of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And in our
Oh my God, dude. That was a total burn from Patel, bro.
That's
I almost fell back in my chair when I seen it.
That's not the one I was thinking of. It wasn't Dick Durbin, the other one I was thinking of. I think I've got the other one lined up in badass clips.
But that right there.
But yeah, that was. Would you prefer I use the auto pen?
He answered with such.
The look on his face, though. Play that again.
Okay.
There is no incriminating client list. Why was this July 7th memorandum unsigned?
Dick Durbin's
Would you prefer I've used AutoPen?
Look at him. He's like,
He's got them eyes, dude. You can't deny that, bro. Dude, which way did he go, George? But he's making a good point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Frankenbeans, on a comeback, bro. I love it, dude.
But yeah, that look on Dick Durbin's face whenever Kash said that, it was like,
oh yeah, he was lost. They did not. Did you see what happened with the Democrats though throughout that entire hearing? So they're so used to having so much power and nobody speaking back to them. But you're actually seeing somebody actually stand up and say something in congressional meetings, and they're not used to this. So, that's where you see their weakness. They just start dropping their mouths and they don't know what to do, and then they start crying like babies, and they say, oh, well, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a grown up in government. Like, shut up, dude. Like, yes, you can be spoke that way. You are not higher than thou, bro.
What do we got? Oh, we were going to talk about the Smith-Mutt Act, I think, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we can jump into that. I do have that final video of Patel talking about all of the great things that he's done for his closing statements. I can bring that up. It's a real quick 1-minute video just to kind of sum up what happened with the Patel ordeal, because that was an absolute barrel of laughs. But then again, it was followed up with accountability, facts, and statistics. So here we go. Check it out.
But the Bureau's job is not done. I'm committed to this transparency. Mr. Chairman, you alluded to our work with Congress. To date, in the 7 months that I've been FBI director, we have produced 33,000 pages to the United States Congress, 33,000 pages. Just to put that in perspective, my predecessor in his 7-year term issued 13,000 pages to Congress, and his predecessor in his 4-year term issued 3,000 pages to Congress. I've issued 33,000 pages in 7 months, and we're going to keep going.
What'd I say a minute ago? Did I? Are you there, Parabellum?
I'm muted. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. But what did I say a minute ago? Didn't I say the exact same thing. Kash Patel has done more than his predecessors have.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at
33,000 versus what was it, 13,000 and 3,000?
Yeah. Yeah, you look at the top 10 list. I mean, he's already
Comey.
got, what was it, 4 or 7? I can't remember what it was of the top 10 list, and that doubles what the previous administrations have done in
And
the
that was-
same amount of time that Patel's had. So
that
you're
was,
seeing real accountability.
That was Comey and Ray, right?
Yeah.
Yep. The predecessors. Yep.
Getting absolutely nothing done but taking money to the bank, as far as I'm concerned.
And covering a lot of shit up is all they done.
Covering a lot of crap up and destroying the American people.
But again, guess what, guys? We're in the exposure phase of this. That's what, and I've made this statement multiple times on the show. We're in the exposure phase. That's what you're seeing right now. All this stuff is being exposed to the general public.
Drip, drip, drop.
Drip, 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 flood.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's what you're going through. And eventually we will get into the accountability phase. Something real quick that just popped in my head with that is Trump designated Antifa as a terrorist organization. Did anybody see that? Oh yeah, you got it there.
There you go.
Go ahead and give it a read there, Parabellum.
Yeah, so this is the tweet from Donald Trump at Real Donald Trump. I'm pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I'm designating Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Of course, the all-famous line, "Thank you for your attention in this matter."
I love that. I love thank you for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start saying that to my wife when I bring up a point.
Hey, good luck, bro.
Smack.
Bam. I would recommend not.
But anyway, I want to pull this up. And yeah, like again, does a rabbit shit Cocoa Puffs? Yep, I've got some Q on this. Look here at Q4696, and you got Donald Trump, and he says the United States of America will be Wait, let me back up here. Mind you, this is a Q drop from September 13th of 2020 is when this Q drop was, and Q had screenshotted a Twitter post of Donald Trump that he had made, and Q post this, and Donald Trump says the United States will be designating Antifa as a terrorist organization. That is all. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course, you run into the opposition of the left. They're going to scream and say, "You can't do this. You don't have the authority, but you know you don't have any legal means to pull this off." But President Trump is the one that just keeps making it happen, dude. I don't know about you. He is finding the gray matter in the gray area, and I don't know. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's able to pull this stuff off.
Again, Trump told us back in 2020 that America will be designating Antifa as a terrorist organization. And now here we have it. But Trump also said in that, and this is something I want to touch on too, is Trump also said in his post that these people are going to be investigated, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if I lost you or not. You look like you're froze up on the screen.
Nah, I just randomly go out every now and again. I've got a little bit of dead drops and stuff going on.
But Trump was going to, he's talking about investigating these people who are funding Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and all these other organizations. That's, you had the 2020 riots. What was that called? The Summer of Love. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Mm-hmm.
But Trump is investigating these people who were doing these riots, who were funding these riots. And who have we been talking about on the show? And I said that's going to come back into play eventually here.
The big one was George Soros.
George Soros, exactly, 100%. And I'd made the post on Facebook.
We got
Walker.
Hey, find that picture of George Soros wearing the daggone Nazi outfit.
Okay, you look that up, Parabellum, and I'm going to talk about this for a second. But I'd made the post on Facebook the other day. When Trump had made this, and I was saying that George Soros is going to come back into play. And George Soros is the one who has funded a lot of these organizations. But the thing you got to think about, and I've tried to explain this to my wife last night, is that George Soros never funded this out of his own pocket. So you got let's back up and look at what Elon done with USAID there. And Elon uncovered a lot of government spending that was kind of, where the fuck is this going? It's going to NGOs and, shit like that. But it was being in turn funneled back into the Democratic Party, into like George Soros's NGOs and stuff like that. That's where the money was coming from. It was taxpayer dollars. And Q talks about this. I can't remember what the drop is, but Q talks about this. I probably could look it up on the fly, but I'm not going to. But Q talks about this, is that it's not George Soros funding. One second here.
Right after.
I had to mute Walker there for a second. But anyway, George Soros wasn't funding this stuff out of his own pocket. It was taxpayer dollars that was being funneled back into his organizations,
right,
that he was using. So it wasn't coming out of George Soros's pocket with any of this. And he was one of the big ones who was funding a lot of this. And then I think let me see here. I can't remember the drop exactly. I was going to try to look it up on the fly, but Q says he was asked about Soros, and Q says we have a special place for Soros.
Oh, absolutely. And then a little bit later on, special place for Israel.
And I honestly think with Trump posting this whole thing about designating Antifa a terrorist organization and investigations into who was funding it, I think Soros is going to go down. And I think Walker's got something to say here.
I got him. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I muted him back.
No, it's okay. Once it goes into law, they've got grounds for that.
Yeah.
And if there's any money it traces back to them, then they could tie every one of them up to it.
And what would that be considered in your guys' opinion if you funded a terrorist organization and you were an American?
Treason, baby.
And guess what, people? There is no statute of limitations for treason.
Nope.
Murder, like shoot them in the firing squad.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty pro on that currently, what's going on. So as far as one incident, I will say.
But I'm like Forrest Gump right now. That's all I got to say about that.
So what does that lead into? So we're talking about, we're going to move into from that, and we're talking about the dissemination of information. We're talking about
Walker's got something there.
Find that picture of him.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Let me pull that up for you.
Post that up there so everybody can see it.
Yeah, there you go, people. Right there. Check it out.
So there you
Ball
go.
sack eyes, George Soros.
Is he wearing the same glasses?
Maybe that's where he's not wearing glasses anymore, but maybe that's where he's got the round glasses, and maybe that's where the ball sacks come from.
Oh wow, yeah, horrible photo. It looks like he's wearing my bad about that.
No, he's not wearing glasses, I don't think, in that photo. Or maybe
that's
he
absolutely insane, dude. So I'm not sure of the backstory on this or anything that's going on with that, but I know Walker.
Whoa! What do you mean backstory? Well, there it is.
I mean, there it is. I mean, like any more information, you know what I mean?
They claim it. Trump's a Nazi. By God, I bet that he ain't got a uniform like that.
Oh yeah, the old SS. That's insane, man.
We've got a little bit on that stuff coming up too in our like freedom of speech or free speech in the USA segment we're getting ready to get into later on in the show, and a little bit about the whole Nazi thing and what's going on with freedom of speech and what happened with Charlie Kirk. A lot of that's all going to kind of tie together that we're going to go through.
Oh yeah.
But we were going to talk about did you have something next?
Well, what I was thinking we were moving into there is we're talking a lot about accountability and dissemination of information amongst, all of the social media and legacy media outlets, and how they're just allowed to put all this information out, and there's no checks and balances. There's no accountability. There's no anything going on. So as far as that goes, if you're wanting to move into this, is that not start with the Smith-Mundt Act?
Yeah.
Okay, so over the weekend, there was a video that came out. This very intelligent young lady, thank God for her post, because she put this out and it absolutely went viral. President Trump actually responded to the video and said, you know what? We're looking into this. Just want to let you know. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this video. And this is talking about the Smith-Mundt Act. They explain it probably better than we can.
His administration, if you stay to watch.
Hold on, let me move it. Actually, I got to move it so Walker can hear it.
Yep.
Let me see here.
And make this full screen so we're
I
not.
will.
Because
do you have?
I'm going to send a text real quick to make sure, see what Big Country is up to and see if he's going to be able to join us tonight. So I'll probably step away from the computer for a second here.
Here we go.
If you stay to watch the video, please tag him down below, share, and repost so we can try to get this to him as quickly as possible and hope that he can do something with this. President Trump, as a supporter who voted for you 3 times, I am hoping and praying that you will revisit what Barack Obama and Joe Biden got rid of back in 2013, which is the Smith-Mundt Act, which held news corporations accountable for lying to the American people and spreading propaganda instead of truth.
You guys listen to that, because that's a key point right there. Held news networks accountable for spreading propaganda and hit them with fines for not telling the truth. That's something that's been missing in this digital age. Here we go.
I think instead of bringing it back as a Smith-Mundt Act, you name it the Charlie Kirk Act, you make it a law, and you make it damn near impossible for these people to continue to lie to the American public, which has brought chaos, hatred, division, and anarchy all across this country. Fines out the ass, which will damn near bankrupt their company should they lie to the American people ever again. They can have their opinions, that's fine. They need to state that it is their opinion and that it is not a fact. Because of their constant lies, a man lost his life over it. Because of the constant hateful rhetoric of calling him a fascist and a Nazi and a white supremacist and a bigot, the same thing that they called you, this man is dead. I think this would be a great legacy for him to have a law named after him to force journalists to finally start telling the truth and having the integrity that they have lacked for over a decade. I hope that this gets to you. I hope that you think about it and that you pass it into law. Because we are on a dangerous path right now with the constant lies and the propaganda, and that doesn't end just at news journalists. It needs to go to content creators who consistently spread lies and propaganda and half-truths across the internet. This needs to end, and people need to start being held accountable for baseless claims over absolute abysmal things. It needs to end. So please, if you have it in your heart to have the time to do this, get this in front of Congress, get this passed as a law, and start holding these news corporations, be they right, left, or center, accountable for their behavior. Thank you.
Hey, y'all want to bet on something?
What's up?
I bet the Democrats won't vote for it.
I guarantee they won't vote for it. They don't vote for anything that's would be a conservative attachment. You're right. So that was huge right there, man. Again, stated in the video. You know, I don't know about you guys. Muted. Oh, you're okay. I don't know about you guys, but sitting around the kitchen table, this is stuff I do in a conservative Southern home. We sit around the kitchen table, we have dinners, we have, we talk, and sometimes we converse about politics, and it spans different generations, old timers with, the boomers or Millennium X. We're still able to have these conversations. At least that's the way it works in my house. And some of the things that we say, and we've been saying it for years, the media has had no accountability since what you would consider the good old days, the 80s, the 90s, whenever there was just.
Well, actually,
go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, this starting to sound like Mike Tyson. This
spinal.
This Smith-Mundt Act came into play in, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 1948 when that came into play. And what it was originally used for was to spread propaganda to other countries. If I'm not mistaken, don't let me do this, but I think it was used to spread propaganda to other countries of American ideal and American way of life to other countries. But it couldn't be used. The law stated that it couldn't be used on America's own people.
Absolutely.
But guess what? If you remember, and you go back to, I think it was like 2012, 2013, somewhere around there, Obama revised that.
The national defense,
Yeah, Obama revised the Smith-Mundt Act and allowed it to be used within the United States, so the mainstream media could use it on the American people. So
Right.
basically, people, what has happened is you've been lied to on the mainstream news since 2012, 2013.
Yeah. Well, Republicans and conservatives, they've been saying it forever, screaming it from the rooftops. And this is why this is so huge to me for the Smith-Mundt Act, is because, like I said, conservatives have been screaming it from the rooftops, and we've been designated as insane. Oh, gosh, we're crazy. You know, they're telling you the truth, and you shouldn't listen to that stuff. And it's been fact-checked and debunked and all this and everything. You know?
Let's hold on there. Fact-checked. All right, so a lot of these news organizations like CNN, CBS, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, all of them, they have independent fact checkers. Where do those fact checkers work for? The same motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, that was the same question.
Of course they're going to lie to you.
The fact checkers. That was my first question. You know what I mean? I remember asking that in middle school as some punk ass kids, like, you know, I was in trouble with the teacher, and I was like, yeah, well, who's your boss? And then he's like, this is my boss, and I was like, yeah, well, who's that guy's boss? Thinking I was some smart ass, you know? And I was just making a fool of myself. This is exactly what's happening with the Smith-Mundt Act, you know?
Yeah.
So it's insane, dude. But to go into a little information about the Smith-Mundt Act, you were correct. It was made for preventing propaganda. And the original act, what it was called was the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012. And it ended up passing in 2013 with the national defense under Barack Obama. Yep. So the original act restricted, keywords here, domestic dissemination over fears that agencies like the State Department and the Broadcasting Board of Governors would use taxpayer funds to influence American public opinion.
This is something I've said a long time ago. I think, you know, this has been my opinion. We are the only country who pays for its own propaganda to be subjugated to
our own people.
Yep.
Like right there in the black and white.
We have been paying to be propagandized, whether it be mainstream news, movies, TV shows, commercials. We pay to have propaganda put at us, or we have been paying, is what I meant to say. We have been lied to since 2013. Damn. Actually, a lot longer than 2013. But the mainstream news with the Smith-Mundt Act, like, we've been lied to that long.
Absolutely, since 2013. You know, and that just turns my gut. You know, to know
that
can happen.
It's sickening.
To the country that I love, you know, and being prior service, you know, infantry, and being able to serve and fight for the Constitution and fight for people's freedoms. I mean, for me, I don't know about you guys, and I'm sure it's the same. I mean, it absolutely turns my gut to know that Barack Obama was able to pull this off in 2013, and under the guise of the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act.
That's what it was.
Democrats are good at this. They'll call, you know, something like a saw blade, a fuzzy teddy bear saw blade, and then get people to vote for it. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they do, dude.
What have I said? Like, you know, the whole Patriot Act after 9/11. That's what they do. They give it a nice, pretty name.
Yeah.
To make the people go, oh, it's the Patriot Act. We got to support it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. A lot of America, I believe, is waking up over the years, and we're doing a whole lot better, and we understand our power as we the people. And I think the next thing this moves into, if you're ready to move into it, so the Smith-Mundt Act came out, and the modernization, talking about Barack Obama, all that information came out, and I think we moved into Senator Chuck Grassley releasing whistleblower documents about Arctic Frost, Operation Arctic Frost. You got anything on that, Hex?
1 second here. Let me pull my notes up for the show. I think I had some Arctic Frost stuff, but it's I had it for some of our closing parts on the Charlie Kirk, but we can go ahead and get into it and get, like, right now would be a good time to introduce it and let people know what this Arctic Frost thing's about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, by all means, go ahead and get into it.
Okay, so what we're going to start with here is, you know, over the KASH PATEL meeting, Senator Chuck Grassley, he released some information pertaining to whistleblowers that were talking about Operation Arctic Frost. And this is kind of came out after the Smith-Mundt Act video blew up viral from the young lady. And Chuck Grassley released this. It is a little bit of a 3-minute video, so just bear with us.
And you probably didn't see this on the mainstream media.
Oh, absolutely not. And Chuck Grassley, he's all over them Q drops, ain't he, Hicks?
Yeah.
Here we go.
American gangs like MS.
Hold on, let me add it in to where you guys can hear it.
But yeah, Chuck Grassley is highly mentioned in the Q drops. Q says trust Grassley. Well, not really. I guess maybe not like highly mentioned, but he is mentioned in the Q drops, I guess is what I meant to say. But, Q tells us to trust Grassley. And we seen that back during Kash Patel's Senate hearing and Pam Bondi's Senate hearing. And I talked about a previous show whenever they were questioned, when Grassley questioned them about QAnon. And both of them said that they have nothing to do with QAnon. Well, Q tells us there is no QAnon. There's Q and there's Anons. Yeah. So that was plausible deniability. Q told us to trust Grassley. Grassley asked the right question, and he gave Bondi and Patel plausible deniability.
Absolutely. So you got Senator Chuck Grassley here.
Is that the word I'm looking for? Plausible deniability?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's absolutely it.
Yep.
You're able to tell a lie because you can convince yourself it's true. Plausible deniability. That's what I call it. So,
no. I'm saying, is plausible deniability the right word? Because like plausible, what I'm getting at is he was like, asking him about QAnon, and there is no QAnon, and they said they had nothing to do with QAnon.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because there's Q and
omit truths,
and there's an on, so that technically they wasn't lying. Whenever Grassley asked them, "Are you in support of this QAnon conspiracy theory?"
Right.
Well, yeah. So one more time, Q told us there is no QAnon. There's Q and there's Anons.
All right. Well, here we go, man. You want to play the video? All right, Chuck Grassley.
Yep, go ahead.
He's talking about Arctic frost, and this is just a little bit of the information before we get a little deeper into the Charlie Kirk stuff. But I do want to let you know this does turn into the 92 GOP groups and individuals that were targeted under Arctic frost. Here we go. Check it out. Stay with us.
American gangs like MS-13. Now, well, it's well understood that your predecessor left you an FBI infected with politics. I'm going to provide examples of that today, including making public new whistleblower records. At your nomination hearing, I made public records that whistleblowers provide me about Arctic frost. Arctic frost was the FBI case opened and approved by antitrust Trump FBI agent Thibault. Arctic frost then became Jack Smith's elector case against then citizen Trump and now President Trump. These new records show that Arctic frost was much broader than just an electoral matter. The case was expanded to Republican organizations. Some examples of the group that Ray FBI sought to place under political investigation included the Republican National Committee, Republican Attorney General's Association, and various Trump political groups. In total, 92 Republican targets, including Republican groups and Republican-linked individuals, were placed under investigative scope of Arctic frost. On that political list was one of Charlie Kirk's groups, Turning Point USA. In other words, Arctic frost wasn't just a case to politically investigate Trump. It was the vehicle by which partisan FBI agents and Department of Justice prosecutors could achieve their partisan ends and improperly investigate the entire Republican political apparatus. So today, Senator Johnson and I are making these records public for the entire country to see, and I hope a lot of people are interested in seeing what government can do when various agencies have a political agenda. My investigative work has also exposed the political way in which Peter Navarro was investigated and prosecuted. When FBI agent Thibault found out that Biden's DOJ would prosecute Navarro, he said, "Wow, great." That's a quote, unquote. Through whistleblowers, I've obtained a audio recording of Special Agent Giagardina and Special Agent Sebastian Gardner's delivery of a subpoena to Navarro. I'm making that audio public today. In a court document filed by the Department of Justice, Navarro's
we froze up there.
That might be me.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. We're back.
Okay. Are we back?
Yep, we're back.
Yes, it froze up right there. So what about that, dude?
Yeah. Arctic Frost 90, 92 conservative organizations.
Yeah.
And one of them being Turning Point USA.
Yeah. So what this gets into is Arctic Frost is the name of an FBI investigation that started in April 2022 and became the basis for former special counsel Jack Smith's criminal case regarding the 2020 election against President Trump.
Yeah, imagine that.
So what we're finding out, the probe initially focused on dozens of Republican-linked entities, including Turning Point USA, before going on to Donald Trump, which was another individual that they focused on. The probe initially investigated at least 92 Republican-linked groups and organizations. This includes Youth Activist Organization, Turning Point. Well, we've already got that. So the 2020 election, we've got that. And then Jack Smith. So here's the funny thing about this under Arctic Frost is the FBI was actually able to obtain cell phones from key figures, including Donald Trump and former Vice President Mike Pence, and conducted interviews with others. And the funny thing about that is because of this, they were able to get their cell phones before there was even a charge. Now, I find that insane. That is, I don't know. I don't agree with that. That's some of the information that's coming out about that.
This is stuff you don't see on the mainstream news, people. This is what I was talking about, how the mainstream news omits shit and puts propaganda out or has the left staging false flag incidents. And then they report on that shit. That's what happens. That's why you don't see this stuff on the mainstream news. If you want to find good truth and conservative news, go on Rumble. Look up shows like Real American Voices. Newsmax is on Rumble. Look up
Newsmax. Huge fan of Newsmax. Shout out.
X22, Red Pill 78, Absolute Storm. Joe Rambo's got a show over there that's good. Then there's Alpha Warrior. He's got a show. Look those guys up and follow those guys if you want real truth and real conservative news that the mainstream news omits. Watch any of those guys, and we try to put some of that out on our show when as much as we can. But don't make our show the only show. Like if you're a fan of our show, don't make our show the only show you watch. Broaden your perspective, broaden your horizon, and go out and look at other people who are putting content out. Because if you want good conservative news, go to conservative platforms. There's X, there's Twitter, or I'm sorry, not Twitter, but Telegram, Rumble.
Oh, I've got it. I've got it on the bottom feed for the guys.
Getter, there is a whole bunch of them that you can go out there and like conservative news platforms that you can find this stuff. Because I watch the main, I've said this before too, is I watch the mainstream news. CBS is the ones I usually watch in the mornings. And it's only because I want to see what bullshit they're spewing. And I laugh at it. But I like finding the bullshit they're spewing and then like seeing later on X or Truth Social or something like that, people calling them out on their bullshit. And it's the same with any other conservative news or not conservative, but liberal based news platform you watch. If you watch it and then you go to X and Truth Social and places like that, you'll see people call them out on their bullshit. Like nowadays, anything they put out or any disinformation campaign they try to put out there is usually crushed within a matter of hours by conservative Republicans who actually are for this country and do their research. Parabellum, you are muted. There you go. Okay.
Well, I got you, man. So that was pretty much kind of slow walking you in. I think we're getting ready to, I don't know where you want to move from here. But,
we can go into
the Kirk type stuff. And
Kirk's coming up, but we've got Trump's visit to the king. If you want to jump into some of that,
yeah, we'll do that, man.
Have you got some stuff you want to lead that off, and then we'll just kind of jump into it if you got something?
Yeah, I do. I have a little bit of an intro video. So President Trump going into UK. We talked about that a little bit in the financial sector about the technology. I think just the deal that was going on, $350 billion. But a lot of other things happened while President Trump was in UK. But starting off, let's go ahead and negate the liberal ideology where they're going to say, oh, well, they couldn't stand President Trump and it was an absolutely horrible welcoming for President Trump, because I imagine you're going to see it in your feeds. But here we go.
No question. I think this is a real...
I keep forgetting I got to add it down here where Walker and everybody can hear. Hold on one second.
All right. What you were saying there with the whole thing with, again, that's the mainstream media doing that. It's propaganda they're putting out, people. And we're going to get into some of this stuff with his visit, like certain aspects of it that kind of relate back to his visit with the Queen back in his first term when he visited the Queen. So you got your stuff ready there, Parabellum?
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and move it in. And this was the actual welcome that President Trump got as he walked into UK, minus other events that happened. We'll get into that too. But here's your initial welcome.
I think this is a real statement by the king and by the senior members of the royal family. I mean, it's very rare they all get together like this for a visit by a foreign leader. They're doing it to make a point. I think they recognize the world feels a little bit precarious right now. You have two raging wars in Ukraine and in Gaza, and you have a lot of people, particularly since the appalling murder of Charlie Kirk, I think are feeling very tense about the way that issues like free speech are going in the world. And I think that the royal family want to make a statement. They are aligning themselves very publicly today with the President of the United States, who they know actually believes in his heart fundamentally in the principles of free speech, as indeed do they. So I think that this is it's a statement by the royal family. We're going to roll out the ultimate red carpet. And again, just to stress, I've not seen this done for any other world leader. This is unprecedented. And bearing in mind that Donald Trump is getting a second state visit, but the first one was for a different monarch. So nobody has ever, US president or anybody else, has ever had a state visit with two different monarchs. So that, again, I think is an important thing to say. Last time it was with Queen Elizabeth. This time it's with her eldest son, King Charles. That is real history. And I keep coming back to how his mother would feel, Donald Trump's mother, Mary, how she would have felt about this, watching her son, just on a human level, having these extraordinary moments with the Queen and then with the King. I mean, really remarkable, I think.
All right. So that said,
there you go. I mean,
yep.
I thought that was absolutely great. There was a lot of great notes that came in from that.
Did you guys notice at the beginning of that clip, Trump was walking with the guard, and the king was behind him? Did you notice that the king was behind him
in the beginning? Yep, there you go.
Look at that. Check this out, guys. So you had Trump left side of your screen there, walking with the guard, and the king's walking behind him. Also, I want to point out, I thought it was interesting. Trump's got a purple tie on. The king has a blue tie on. The queen is wearing a blue dress. The next image over, and I think I don't know if it's a red and black tie that Trump has on in that, or a purple and red tie. But anyway, what I'm getting at is Trump has a purple tie on. What color does purple signify? We talked about this with the Saudi Arabia thing, with Trump being greeted in Saudi Arabia on a previous episode.
Right. Well, I know the luxury or the logical answer to that one, if you're looking for that.
Yeah, logical answer, not a Q answer.
Okay, so the purple tie symbolizes royalty, wealth, luxury, and confidence, but more recently also suggests creativity, individuality, and a desire to be unique or authoritative.
There you go. That says it all right there. What you just read, Parabellum.
Absolutely. I got Bluetooth.
Who's in control here? Who does it look like's in control here? Trump walking ahead of the king. Trump's got a purple tie on, and the king's in the background. And then you've got Trump's first term, the next image over. Same thing. Trump's walking ahead of the queen, and the queen's, in blue, walking behind Trump. And when this happened with the queen, the mainstream news lost their minds over, oh, Trump's breaking protocol. And then the same thing happened with this.
They're doing it again, breaking protocol.
Trump's breaking protocol. Trump's breaking protocol. It looks to me like full control there. Trump is in control, and he's like, you're going to do. Basically, I think he's like, you guys are my bitch.
An immense amount of respect.
Yeah,
is what I think he's earned.
You guys are going to do what I say, or I'm going to bust your ass like an old dad.
Well, I don't know. We may not want to go that far.
Well, I'm just saying, but I've also
blue. Want me to explain that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So a blue tie, you're talking about a blue dress, that generally conveys professionalism, trust, and stability. So that's what I see for that would be a blue tie.
So who is Charles and the Queen trusting there?
Exactly.
They're trusting Trump. But anyway, Queen, the title of this, pop that back up there.
Sorry. Oh, my bad.
The title of this, I've got it, is Queen protects King, Mother protects Child. So the Queen is, King Charles's mother, right? And again, you got that image. I wasn't going to pull that up yet, but yeah, we'll talk about that here. Just a second.
My bad.
It was this one I had pulled up.
Yeah, there we go.
But I want to go over these Q drops here. And Q asks us, worth remembering, think chess. Do you attack the king at the beginning or middle or end? Queen protects king. Mm-hmm. So you had Trump his first term, and he walked ahead of the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had the queen in control. And you got to think 5D chess here, like Q's talking about. Think chess. And the queen was trying to protect her son, who would become king. So also, I don't know, I may be kind of messing this up a little bit. It's a lot to go into. I had a whole train of thought and notes on it, but again, like I said, I've been working on my Halloween dequests, so I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know you're all about them Halloween decorations, and we love the party every year.
Q4281, which was 2020, and Q says, objective, end, checkmate, king. Do you attack the king at the beginning of the game, or do you attack, excuse me, do you attack the king at the beginning of the game? Do you attack and remove the pawns first? Do you attack and remove the bishops, rooks, knights next? Do you attack and remove the queen mid to end? Is the game being played publicly or privately? Do emotions affect critical thinking? I could read the rest of that, but I really wanted to touch on those questions that Q asked. Is do you attack the king at the beginning of the game? So who did Trump walk in front of first? He walked in front of the queen first. And then not long after that, we seen the queen die. She passed away.
Yeah.
So what are we seeing now? Are we in the end game? Has Trump attacked the king? Is King Charles submitted? Is that why Trump's walking in front of him? Because he is submitted too. And we all know, I don't know if you guys follow the Pizzagate stuff, but we've had this on the show. Do you remember it, Parabellum, with the whole thing with Pizzagate? And
Pizzagate and hot dogs and ordering children for child.
Well, all that child trafficking stuff being tied into the royal
can
family.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Here's what I was going to say. I know it's going to sound crazy. You remember that video where that guy was in Trump's way and he shoved him out of his way? You remember that? When I think he was in some foreign country and somebody was in front of him and Trump shoved him out of his way. Do you remember that?
I do remember it. I can't remember it. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a video of Trump moving him out of his way, like get out of my way, like he was possibly a dignitary, and Trump just kind of moved him, was like, don't get and stand in front of me, kind of way.
Was it the Montenegro Prime Minister Dusko Markovic during a NATO summit in Brussels?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the king don't want to be shoved.
Yeah, I know. Well, look at Saudi Arabia. Not supposed to put your hands on, the Saudi Arabia prince. And there's President Donald Trump yet again. Pat on the back. Here we go, But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I have a little bit of a different opinion.
It might be just a respect thing, though.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's a respect thing.
In a sense, and I get it, like what Hex is saying, but he's right on the royalty part, on the colors, which is saying.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
that might have been Trump just appeasing, the king because they're royalty,
right?
But
you have
it's also Trump letting him know he's royalty too because he's the president of the United States.
You have the
absolutely.
You also have
mutual respect.
You also have the mainstream media holler that Trump this time had broke protocol once again.
I don't think they could. To be honest with you, it could have been security. Could have been security reasons. Like they probably stepped behind him because the king probably if I'm right behind him.
That's a possibility. I don't rule that out.
I think the left would just want to dismantle anything positive that happens to President
100%. You're 100%.
But me personally, I think it's full control in my opinion, because this Q drop I was talking about here, objective end checkmate. And like I said, are we in the end of this, coming up on the end of this game of 5D chess? And Q says, do you attack and remove the pawns first? We've had a lot of pawns that have been removed with USAID happening and all that kind of stuff. And then, Q says, do you attack and remove bishops, rooks, and knights next? So you've got a lot of these other players, like we're getting ready to see Soros go down. Possibly, we're getting ready to
Bishop, Brooks, and Knights as far as people in the deep state. Now, I would go with you on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is relating this to the deep state is what Q's getting at in 5D chess and this whole thing with that. So that's kind of like my take on this with Trump walking ahead of the Queen. But we can go back and talk about this one too. Here's another one.
I would want to say, just in accordance with that video, and then we'll move forward with continuing on the Q Delta. Some of the big notes that I did here in that video is you have a UK newscaster who's talking about President Trump, and they're talking about the murder of Charlie Kirk as appalling. They're talking about free speech in America. They're saying key words like not done for any other world leader. Rolling out the red carpet. Those were some of the things that I heard. Nobody has ever had a state visit with two different monarchs ever in history. So I see this as a total successful win for President Trump.
Well, it was the same.
You know what I mean?
It was the same with the Saudi Arabia thing with Trump. Trump got that sacred Saudi Arabia sword dance that, no other president had gotten.
Absolutely.
And then what was it, China or North Korea? He got to dine in the Forbidden Palace.
Right.
He crossed the border over into North Korea. Kim Jong-un, welcomed him.
President Trump has been given so many different things that most other world leaders have never been given.
Yep. If you don't see that there's a plan by now, then I don't know what to tell you. And my wife argues back and forth with me on this, and I'm like, if you can't see it by now, if I can't convince you of it with what I'm showing you, the videos I show you, the shows that I show, the clips from shows I show you, I don't know what's going to convince you that. But she's like, as long as I get a paycheck. But I love her anyway.
Just like the Bible, though. What do? Some of the best religious conservatives, the best move they ever made was just to set it on the table and not dig it down your throat, right? So that's how these things happen. So, that would be my opinion, I guess, on that one. Let's move forward with the Q Delta.
All right, let's do it. So this was a Q Delta, Q 2190. It was made September 17th of 2018. And let me back up here a little bit on this, because this Delta also ties into the Butler, Pennsylvania incident where, we had Trump's assassination attempt, the first, well, not really the first, but the first public is what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he's had multiple assassination attempts. But anyway, it ties back into that. But one of the things in this Delta that stood out to me with what happened over there with Trump visiting the king is within this Delta, Q, it said, Q, you were right all along. Emmys, red carpet. Did we just have the Emmys here lately?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like that right there, I was like, whoa. So Q, you were right all along. Emmys, red carpet, kick. Where we go on, we go all. And Q replies, and well, let's do this red carpet thing first, because like let's look at the image over here on the right side of this slide I've got pulled up.
Right.
What are they standing on?
Well,
red
carpet.
Of the red carpet.
That's also what was rolled out for President Trump, kind of in an analogy for the UK visit. Just trying to help you out, my friend.
Yep. Well, yeah. Good. And and again, you got Trump with a purple tie. You've got the king and queen there in blue. Melania, if I'm not mistaken, that cat hat looks purple to me too.
Oh yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. But anyway,
I think that's pretty neat. I see it as like formal, because UK they're all about the formalities and things like that. You see the matching between couples.
Here's one of the things that Q tells us is symbolism will be their downfall. And also one of the other things that Q tells us is to thank Mir. So with that, symbolism will be their downfall, like the whole symbolism of the purple and the blue and stuff like that. And then them using symbolism like in Pizzagate and in the Vatican and like all the stuff they've used symbolism in. We're using symbolism right back at them. Thank Mir. That, that kind of popped in my head. But anyway, Q goes on in this drop and he says, Anons picked up on the carpet bombs for you and you alone. Fight, fight, fight. So I thought that was like that whole drop being, red carpet on the day, a Delta of the day that here's that photo of them standing on the red carpet there, and Trump in purple, Melania Trump in a purple tie, Melania in a purple hat, and then the king and queen in blue. And what did you say blue represents?
That was trust, loyalty, professionalism.
Yep. I think they're giving their loyalty to Trump, and I think this is full control, in my opinion. I mean, that's just me. You guys take it with what you want to take it at, but that's just my opinion. But let's see what else. Let me pull up our thing here. Oh, you had something about Trump in Bagram Air Base.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a couple of other things that happened with the UK.
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. There was one more thing I wanted to touch on that.
Okay.
And guess what? This rabbit's going to shit some more Cocoa Puffs here. You're going to like this. Let me share my screen here real quick. Share this tab. Let me remove that from stage and share this. And Joe Rambo, again, like I mentioned him earlier in the show, but I'd seen this. Yep, I can. Just give me 1 second here. But he had posted this, and I thought it was interesting. And actually, I hadn't caught this until Absolute Storm had posted it or had it on their show the other night, and I thought this was really, really freaking crazy that Trump says what he says in this. 1 minute, and I'll zoom in here, and you can read what Joe Rambo has posted. Can you see that, Parabellum?
Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. I haven't got to see this one, so this will be, maybe real quickly, just go over the terms a little bit of the show. So I'm Parabellum 4547. I'm a little bit more of a, logical news guy. Follow Newsmax. I don't really do the Q drops, but Hex 7, he follows the Q drops, and we are actually really good friends. We hang out on the weekend, we have drinks, and we're able to converse on different, opinions and ideologies, and we still able to, be friends and have a good drink at the end of the day. These things we're trying to inspire. So here we go. Joe Rambo. Trump has now repeatedly called the king and queen central casting. Sure does make the yellow dress a whole lot more interesting, huh? What does yellow stand for in international code? Oh, that's right.
Yep. Q.
Q, really? Let me look this up.
So yeah, look up the international flag alphabet, I think is what it is, and you'll see that yellow stands for Q.
Ah, the international flag alphabet. Okay, there it is. Q for the Quebec flag. Okay.
Hold on a minute, and you can pop that up on the screen there real quick. Let me remove this, and I'll go back to it here in just a second, and you can show that if you've got it on hand, that you can share your screen to show the people.
Yep, sure thing. Let me see. Not added stage. Yeah, and there we go. All right, let me zoom in for you guys. So right there, man. In the international code of signals, the solid yellow flag is the Q, Quebec flag, which signifies that a ship has no apparently contagious disease aboard and is requesting free pratique or health clearance from the port authorities. So that's a little extra for you there.
Yep.
But it does, solid yellow flag does represent apparently the letter Q. Pretty wild.
Yeah. So let's get back to what I was getting at here. So, there's the image he's referring to, and central casting. Before we get into this, let me see if I can pull this up here real quick. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Take me a second to look it up. No. Well, I can't seem to find it right at the moment. But okay, so central casting. Q tells us that we're watching the show. There's bad actors and good actors, and then like Trump has mentioned central casting quite a few times, related to acting in a show. So let's go ahead and give this a play. And Trump is referring to. Trump is referring to the king and queen as central casting. 1 second, let me find my tab. Got it pulled up, trying to find it on my other. There we go. All right, so let's give this a play and check this out. Hopefully you guys can hear it good. 1 second. Volume up. Why has it not got any sound?
So the most beautiful trees. In fact, I want to bring some back with me. I want to also thank, I had breakfast this morning with the king and queen, and they're incredible people. I said, you're central casting, beautiful people, great people, big. So the most beautiful trees. In fact, I want to bring some back.
Central casting. He said, let's actually continue this one more time.
Me. I want to also thank, I had breakfast this morning with the king and queen, and they're incredible people. I said, you're central casting, beautiful people.
So he called the king and queen and said, you're central casting, you're beautiful people.
Okay. So what is that?
Well, that's what I was talking about. Like Q tells us, I just said Q tells us that we are watching a movie. Everything is scripted.
Okay.
And, you got Trump throughout the past has mentioned central casting with a lot of these bad actors. And then he calls the king and queen and tells them they're central casting. Like it's almost like he threw that in there. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. He just kind of like tossed that in there real quick, or really subtly.
Mm-hmm.
Your central casting, and then goes on to continue with the rest of his talk. So this goes back to what I was saying. This is full control. The purple tie, the ill address, Trump walking ahead of the queen, Trump walking ahead of the king. They're central casting, and Trump is in control. Oh, it's full control. That's what I was kind of getting at with that. And I thought that was interesting that Trump called the king and queen and said that you're central casting.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I come off the correct way with that, but
well, I'm not sure, because I know, he also it's a term that he uses, quite often. He did it in the Netherlands in June 2025 with another king and queen, King Willem Alexander and Queen Maxima. And he
that's something to probably look up into.
Maybe look into that. That would be maybe another connection to find there.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. And again, guys, we're same cues, different views, and we don't always
we don't always agree, dude.
Yeah, we don't always agree.
Opinions, and it's okay.
And the other thing too is like we put stuff out there, and you guys, we're in no way experts. We're perts. Because we don't quit. That was a little play there. But anyway, we're in no way experts. We just call shit as we see it, and we base stuff off of shows we watch and content we look at and things we read. So, we're just trying to put some information out there. You guys take it however you want to take it. But anyway, just wanted to.
There was a couple of other things, Hex, that happened in that UK visit, man.
Okay.
So Trump, he subtly hinted at breaking news, actually, talking about Bagram Air Base. I'm just not going to explain it to you guys. You guys probably seen it. If you ain't, it's right here. Check it out.
They just went through the Afghanistan total disaster.
Let me move it up.
For no reason whatsoever.
Got to do it again. Got to load that video.
But we're going to leave it with strength and dignity. And we're going to keep Bagram, the big air base, one of the biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to them for nothing. Afghanistan total disaster. We're trying to get it back for no reason whatsoever. That could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back. We're going to leave it with strength and dignity. They need things from us. We want that base back. We're going to keep Bagram, the big air base. One of the biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to them for an hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. We're trying to get it back, by the way. So that could be a lot of things are happening. We're trying to get it back because they need things from us. We want that base back. But one of the reasons we want the base, that could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back. Biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to them.
I think we had a little bit of a problem right there.
We're trying to get it back, by the way. That could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back.
Bagram Air Base, trying to get it back
from us. We want that base back. But one of the reasons we want the base is, as you know, it's an hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. So a lot of things are happening.
How about that shit?
So that was like he just suddenly dropped that bomb in there in the UK visit. Like, we're trying to get Bagram Air Force Base, which is one of the largest military Air Force bases in Afghanistan, especially during the war of Operation Iraqi Freedom. I had family that flew through that air base. But another thing that he hinted at was it's just an hour away from Chinese nuclear creation facilities.
Yeah.
And then he just freaking diverts left, dude. Like, yeah, so there's that next. Like, damn.
What happened to Iran's nuclear facilities? I mean,
bunker busters. I'm just saying, I mean, there may be some military strategical slip ups there talking about China and nuclear facilities, or who knows what that could be. But aside from that, there was one other final thing that happened in the UK visit, and I thought it was great, dude. It was President Trump kind of doing the trolling without trolling, talking to Starmer. Go ahead.
After this, let's check in on Walker's tattoo if he's ready to give us a little preview of it.
All right,
so go ahead and give it a play.
I
think he is.
He said, "Damn it!" But here we go, man. Trump in UK, he basically gets a moment to kind of have a trolling without trolling a moment in which President Trump does the best. Here we go, Prime Minister Starmer talking about buying Russian oil.
Very simply.
Shit, got to do it again. Oh, what's that called? Trump at UK. Here we go.
Very simply, if the price of oil comes down, Putin's going to drop out. He's going to have no choice. He's going to drop out of that war. And when I found out that the European nations were buying oil from Russia, and as you know, I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India.
Look at that face,
the other day, wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship. He put out a beautiful statement, too. But I said, I sanctioned them. China is paying a very large tariff right now to the United States. But I'm willing to do other things, but not when the people that I'm fighting for are buying oil from Russia. If the oil price comes down, very simply,
Look at that face.
I know. I was thinking that face, like
He said, "Oh my God, he went there." I thought we discussed this previously. We weren't going to say that, but he said that.
I think he's gonna poop.
Yeah, dude, he said, "Son of a bitch, Trump did it again." My God, what a president! Here we go. We'll finish it up.
Russia will settle, and the oil price is way down. You know, we got it way down. We're drilling, and we produce more oil than anybody else in the world. We're doing a lot. But I was disappointed to see that, and the Prime Minister was disappointed to see that. And it wasn't him, it was other countries.
So here you go, President Trump playing it off, doing very well, trying to exclude him from that. And he says, hey, it wasn't you, but it was a lot of the other NATO allies. So, you know, still pretty cool. Definitely a moment to troll, if not the Prime Minister. He was definitely trolling the NATO allies. Right?
And you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. That's not playing fair with the United States. And we can't have that. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm out of here.
Thank you. Cheerio. We're getting a full
cheerio.
Absolutely awesome, dude. So
tea and biscuits in the back.
Oh yeah, that was pretty much wrapping it up, dude, with the Trump visit to UK. I was trying to see if I could find that video or another video, but I don't have it right now. But I did want to bring it up. One final thing, quick thing. Did you guys see the protesters showing up to UK? The protesters of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And what they put on Windsor Castle.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Dude, they played Epstein footage and old pictures of President Trump. Oh, here we go. We got to put.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Let's Biggie Size walk here.
Well, I'm trying to get. Hold on.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh, wrong way. I'm doing a background. You got me reversed, or do I got myself reversed?
Well, you'd have to mirror your camera to be able to do it right.
How do I do that?
Got to be under your settings. Yeah. You had to go under settings and click mirror. There you go.
Well, I'm backwards. That's Jackie, by the way.
Hello, Jackie.
Hello, Jackie. Thanks for joining the show.
I was just doing a stream, like I'm putting a background around her. She's got a native over here. And then she has an owl right there.
Wow.
I'm going backwards. But she's got her whole arm. It's pretty rough. I just leave that.
Oh, wow.
That's looking awesome.
You're awesome.
That looks killer. So shout out Small Town Tattoos, Pikeville, Kentucky.
Hey, you guys.
Sorry, Paintsville, Kentucky. Sorry.
Paintsville.
Well, my lady
we have one in Paintsville, Pikeville, and Paris.
Okay, so there we go. Yeah, shout out to
definitely, guys. If you're looking for a tattoo and you're in the local area, Paintsville, Pikeville, and Paris, check out Small Town Tattoos. Walker and his team, tattoo artists, do a phenomenal job on everything. Like, I've seen a lot of their tattoos, and they absolutely are amazing. Me and Josh, who does the Anunnaki with us, my brother-in-law, the big bearded guy. We went to Walker's tattoo convention up there at the arena in Pikeville, and like I was blown away with some of these artists that was in there, and like you guys, you're doing that next year, right? Ain't you, Walker?
Yep.
Yeah. You want to give the people like a little heads up and a date to when you're doing that next year?
Don't exactly. It's like the end of August, roughly like a weekend of August, like the end of August. It's Co-Country Tattoo Expo. We had 25 shops there last year, and it was really chill. Everybody was jamming. I gave out $10,000 in prizes. I gave out a Harley,
a Rob Zombie guitar too.
Rob Zombie guitar, and then the best of show got $1,000,
and
some of the first place trophies got $500 a piece, and I gave away 4 of those.
And I do want to mention real quick that this wasn't just a Rob Zombie style guitar. This was a guitar actually played by Rob Zombie's guitar player in the band that he gave out.
It was autographed by the whole band itself.
Yep.
It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. They had fun too. They had fun with it.
Do you want to tell them real quick how they can connect with you if they want to get up with, go to this convention or, like be a part of it?
We have a Facebook page. It's called Co-Country Tattoo Expo. And we're going to be starting to announce for next year, the first part of January. Now, the first part or the next show, there'll be a $5,000 prize on the best of show, and then $1,000 on 4 of the first place trophies. So we're going to try to promote it and push it. We're going to have an art infusion there, like big crazy canvas. And what we do is we raise money. I raise money for what they call the backpack program, which is to help feed kids in schools. You know, like kids that leave school that go home hungry. You know what I'm saying? And we raise money for, you know, the children and stuff and the kids. We just want to keep pushing it and make it bigger and bigger. This year we had 25 shops. Next year I have 17 more shops that are wanting to come. So
I love it. 17.
Yeah, we had over 64 artists there. We had over 64 artists. So next year it's gonna, the way I see it, it's probably gonna triple in size. So have fun. I had fun.
That's awesome, man. Thanks.
I
for
learned,
your
I, learned, I
support.
learned a lot. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Parabellum,
Thank
can
you for your
you
support. You contribute to the society. We appreciate that, man. That is
absolutely. Can you pull up that? I'm trying to find it. Can you get that Cold Country Expo that we can put in chat there?
Yeah, give me just a second here.
Let me see if
It's
I
on
can find it.
it's on Facebook. It's Cold Country Tattoo Expo.
Any spaces or anything like that?
Not that I know. It's just spelled out just like it is.
Let's
There's
see
a little
here.
skull.
There we go. There we go.
Cold. Yep, I got it. Okay, you got it. Go ahead and put it in chat there, so people can get that link, and then share it on the screen too in chat.
Yeah, I got you.
On the
I
live
don't
stream.
know how to pull the link on that, but I definitely got to share screen on the page. Let's see.
Actually, I can. You do that, and I'll copy the link here, and I'll stick it in StreamYard and post it to the chat and share it on the screen.
Okay.
And show. There we go. There you go, guys. If you want to check out Cold Country Tattoo Expo, that's the link. It's in chat. I posted it on the screen too. But definitely go check it out. Especially if you're a tattoo lover, which I've got a few tattoos, but damn, that show that he had this year, I loved it. I thought it was great.
We're gonna have music. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's live music too. Yeah, we can hear you.
We'll have music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
on next year's.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. This year they had live bands, acoustic stuff going on. Like it's phenomenal. And again, that guitar that they gave away, it wasn't just a Rob Zombie style guitar. It was actual guitar played by the guitar player from Rob Zombie's band that was autographed by the whole entire band. And you gave a motorcycle away too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was a Harley.
Yep, a Harley. Like it's phenomenal, guys. Go check it out. But anyway,
looks like Jackie's doing a pretty good job, because from that tattoo that I saw, it looked like there was a lot of mag work going there with the shading, and what a trooper, dude. So kudos to you. I didn't see a single flinch.
She's a hard ass.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, trust me. Like I've had Walker do one. I mean, he goes deep and he's rough at it, but he does a damn good job.
All right, where do you want to move forward?
I guess we can go into we got Charlie Kirk next, I think is what we got. Do you want to jump into some of that stuff?
Goes into the Arctic Frost. I don't know if I've got any videos for Charlie or anything like that.
What I've got with it, okay, so we talked about this at the top of the show that we're going to get into this Charlie Kirk stuff, and hot
topic.
It is. It's a hot topic, but there's a lot of stuff coming out with this. Again, take it how you want to take it. Like I said at the top of the show, I'm just going to put this out there, and you guys make of it what you want to make of it. But we got your Parabellum.
Yeah, I'm here, buddy. I'm trying to get a lighter real quick.
All right, so take this how you want to take it. But Trump had made this post here on Truth Social, and I'd seen a lot of people talking about it, and it kind of like made me wonder too. Trump had posted this and said, everybody loves Charlie, or everybody loved Charlie. Great Charlie Kirk, RIP, Shlomo Pearl. So I'd seen, once this came out, I'd seen some other people posting on it with their takes and stuff on it. And I was kind of blown away. But one of the posts that really grabbed my attention with this was MJ Truth Ultra had posted this. And can you see that good, Parabellum? Can you give that a read? You with me, Parabellum?
I got you, buddy. Sorry about that.
Okay. I didn't know if you were
MJ
with me or
Truth
not.
Ultra over there on X, guys. Did President Trump hint that Charlie Kirk was a patsy? He shared this photo after Charlie Kirk died. A photo of himself with Charlie with an Israeli flag in the background. So here we go. We get into this other side that's coming out on your social media waves, guys. At the bottom, it says Shlomo Pearl. The phrase Shlomo Pearl, or more accurately, Shlomo Pearl, referencing the historical figure, has been adopted as a slang term or meme in Israeli and online Jewish context to denote a naive, gullible person who can be easily manipulated or deceived, akin to a useful idiot or patsy. A patsy. This usage draws from the real-life story of Shlomo Pearl, a Polish Jewish Holocaust survivor whose extraordinary tale of survival by impersonating a Nazi, detailed in his memoir Europa Europa in the 1990 film adaptation, has been repurposed and slang to mock individuals perceived as foolishly compliant or tricked into serving others' agendas. So where are we getting at with this?
What do you make of it, Parabellum?
Oh man, I don't know. I have a little bit of it. You know me, I'm logical and I go with a different varying opinion. I'll allow you to make your point. But
well, I'm not. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to make a point with it. With any of this, I'm just trying to put it out there, and I'm trying to, like me myself, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on, because Trump posted that picture with at the bottom saying Shlomo Pearl, and then after you read, right there what you just read, what it means.
Yeah.
What is Trump getting at with that? Like, I
don't know, man.
Like, I'm excuse me.
Is that a Marvel reference or is it something else? What is it? What do you know what I mean?
Is he referencing that, or is it like there's the whole SOP thing that you could, kind of put into this with everything that's happening or has happened with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm confused. I don't know what to make of this. And again, like, guys, we're just putting this out there to you guys. You make what you want of it. Me right now, I'm confused with it. And if anybody's got anything,
that's a new one on me, dude. I didn't see the Shlomo Pearl, but that's pretty wild.
Yeah, that is.
Is it possible though that somebody else put that on there when they shared it?
Is it?
Well, Trump posted it actually on his True Social account. Like,
who else could have tagged that on there?
Like right here, that's no, nobody could tag it. Trump actually had to take that and share it. He got that from somewhere.
Yeah, that was his. It was checkmark verified account, right?
And this is actually like I follow Donald Trump's actual checkmark verified account on Truth Social, and he posted this on Truth Social. So, like, I'm confused as to what's happening here with this whole thing with Charlie Kirk and Trump posting that. Like, it's got my gears turning. Like, I don't. Like, I'm not saying it's anything bad with Trump, but I want to know what's going on. I'm confused.
So here's a little information with it. The controversy and the context kind of surrounding this.
You want to share your screen, or?
Let me see. Let me make sure that I have the correct information. So all I got is, like, it is being reported in 2025. Trump's Truth Social account shared a post featuring a billboard style tribute to Charlie Kirk, founder of TPUSA. The memorial style image included Kirk's name along with the name Shlomo Pearl and an Israeli flag. The inclusion of the name referencing Holocaust survivor Shlomo Pearl, along with a prominent conservative political figure, sparked widespread speculation about its meaning. Some online observers suggested it was an AI error or carried an intentional symbolic message. So this is an active debate that's going on in the internet today with this post, apparently from Trump's account.
This bottom part describing what Shlomo Pearl is, like, the story of this guy. He had I guess from what I gather from it, excuse me, he had infiltrated the Nazi party.
Mm-hmm.
And he had disguised himself as a Nazi, being a Jew, which that's what Nazis were going after.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that whole entire story is kind of like interesting that he had done that. is Trump getting that Charlie Kirk disguised himself, or
right, or was it a AI error?
Yeah, like
that,
I don't
that
know.
is it definitely insane, dude.
Like that's a excuse me, I'm sorry, allergies, and I have nasal drainage.
Yeah,
but that's a lot to try to take in and try to figure out, in my opinion, with that. But then you've also got there's a lot of other interesting stuff that's came out. We won't touch on this too long. We're just going to kind of jump on it. But this came out, and Iron Patriot. Oh, hold on a second. Let me.
The Mickey Mouse clock.
Yeah. So Iron Patriot had posted this, and he says Mickey Mouse watch posting 10:09. And the timestamp, if you follow that over, I've got it to the Mickey Mouse clock on the Q drop on Q4730 on the right side of the screen. And it's about 10:09 that is on the Mickey Mouse clock. So he says 10:09, mirror that, 9:10. 9/10/2025, Charlie died. That's kind of interesting. 9 + 1 + 2 + 5 + 7 or equals 17. Which that's still like that kind of blew my mind. They,
wow.
And then he says, as at he's talking about this lady here. She says, as she had pointed out, when Erica Kirk posted the picture with the caption 10 days, and I'll get to that in just a minute, that would end on the 16th, which is the same date as the drop. So if you follow that green that I've got highlighted around that from the 16th, which is, and it goes right up to that Q drop above the Mickey Mouse clock there, and it's the same date, September 16th, 9 minutes after 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. But then I added this at the bottom myself there, and it says, this was a little thing that I'd taken from, I can't remember what I took that from now. Sitting under the tent, displaying the tour title, Kirk engaged in a, well, anyway. I got this from Google. This was his time of death, and that's the thing I was highlighting in that.
Oh, 12:20, yeah, 12:23 of the shot. Yep.
And you add 12:23 up, 12 + 2 + 3 is another 17 in that.
Wow.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, I got a little something that may go with that.
Okay.
We can maybe kind of come together in a little bit of a conclusion, kind of bring the show, I think, together. I wasn't going to do it, but I do have you guys seen the post of the Bible reference of John 12:23 people have been putting around?
Pull it up there for us.
Okay, go ahead and let's remove that real quick.
Yep.
So there's this, there's this thing going around on the internet. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but a guy had posted. It's almost like a Q drop, but he's talking, John 12:23, talking about the time of that was shot by Charlie. And anyways, here I'm just going to get right into it. Here it is. Charlie Kirk died at 12:23 p.m. Bible verse, John 12:23. See what you guys think about this. Take it what you will. Jesus replied, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Very truly, I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds."
We're all Charlie.
What are you guys thinking about this, man? Is this too crazy, or is this what is this?
And again, like that said, it produces many seeds. We are, you got all the people saying right now, we are all Charlie. And if I'm not mistaken, Turning Point USA right now, it went from like, what was it, 18,000 members, or
18,000 members in the chapter. Yeah.
Yeah. Chapters to like 30-some thousand.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's even more now. Like, I think I seen somebody post today that was like up to 50-some thousand now. And that goes right in with that Bible verse that you just put up there.
Yeah, they're definitely seeing a new massive surge in the chapter. This is just something that people are floating around.
Yep.
Maybe it's entertainment, anything like that. You guys take it how you will. But let's see what Walker thinks about this. Is this too much, bub, or what do you think? Oh, let me hit you. Hold on. I got
him. I got him.
Oh, hey, Hey, heads up. That's Brad Bond.
What's up?
Brad Bond. Here's the scriptures. If you're going to quote scriptures, didn't they or not say that Ben Shapiro was going to take over Charlie's?
There was a lot
picking up the bloodstained mic. He did.
Well,
yeah. Okay. Now,
well, 1 second here. There's a lot of there was a lot of talk about that, but also Ben Shapiro doesn't he have his own show and stuff like that?
Yeah, but listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you though.
Okay.
In Revelations, when it speaks about the two witnesses, it says 2 lampstands, 2 olive trees. Well, there's only 2 people that are referenced, or 2 groups of people that are referenced to the olive trees, and that's one's the Jews and then the other one's the Gentiles. First, it says that Jesus tells the Jews, says, if y'all don't quit worshiping Moloch and burning incense, I'm going to bring fire upon your olive tree and burn your branches, basically. And it's telling the Jews that. Well, the Gentiles they're a different tree, but they are grafted into the same root. So what's going to happen is that, now think of all the preaching and I wouldn't really call Charlie preaching. He's just a messenger. He's just like, giving
puts God first in his personal life, and it comes
giving a good teaching, being a teacher. If you say in reference and say Ben Shapiro was to pick that up, they're like, well, he don't believe in Christ or Jews. But in the 2 witnesses, it's 2 groups of people. It's not 2 people. It's the Gentiles and it's the Jews. So what does that mean? Now I'm going to tell you what it means. The Jews are going to come into Christ, and then that's how you're going to know it. So who's to say that Ben Shapiro might be changing his ways?
Yeah. That's a damn.
I missed that last part. Ben Shapiro might be. Did you hear that?
Changing his ways.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Most definitely. I believe so. Maybe it's an awakening for a lot of people.
Yeah.
All people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jews for sure.
Anyway, let's go back to this here real quick.
So yeah, there's a lot to that though, man. So I wanted to add that in there. Maybe that's something future for the show. So I know, like we said, and maybe I should pitch it real quick, Hex, before we jump in. It's something that I was talking about, and let's get your guys' comments and see if this is something that you're looking for or not. I know that Hex, he is a Q drop guy, and I'm a little bit more of stating that I have a religious conservative seed about myself, a little bit more logical news. And I was thinking, should we do a little bit of Bible drops about our own personal interpretation, or should we not? To kind of go along with the show and the Q drops. And if no, I mean, no. But if yes,
I'm definitely like,
I like this is something that's catching on. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Well, I like that you threw that Bible verse in on that. And I liked what Walker was saying there too. Like it really falls right in with what we're talking about.
Absolutely. And the big thing is wait till you see the connection with the Anunnaki special.
Walker had that
there it is. He's on now.
I thought of the what is it, the dramatic gerbil or dramatic chipmunk that's dun, dun, dun. So anyway, back to this, the post the guy's referring to in here, when he's talking about this lady, talking about 10 days with Erica Trump's thing, the post he's referring to is actually this post right here. So she had made this post, and she says Erica Kirk's IG Instagram post, 10 days with September 16th being the 10th day. Check out the Mickey Mouse clock post with the timestamp September 16th. What could possibly happen on this Taco Tuesday? And it's funny because I actually had tacos for lunch that day.
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to throw that out there. But anyway, she's referring to Erica Trump and a post she had made on Instagram. So let's take a peek at that. So this is, on the right is her post she had made, September 16th. What could possibly happen on Taco Tuesday? And then on the left, on the left is her post. On the right is Erica Trump's post. And Erica Trump had posted this video, and I'll play this video for you in just a second. But she had posted this video on Instagram, Charlie Kirk's wife, and she started off by saying original audio. And then she goes on to say, I wanted to make sure you were the first 10 days, 9/16/2025. That's her exact post on Instagram that I had screenshotted. So let me share my screen right here and we will take a look at that post. Give me 1 second to pull back up my other browser here.
Okay.
And Instagram, share this screen. So let me throw this up on the stage. And add, oh wait, I gotta remove that one. There we go. Add. So this is Erica Trump's Instagram post, and this post right here that's kind of blacked out a little bit. That's the post that she was going at. So let's give it a play and watch it.
With grace in your heart and flowers in your hair. With grace in your heart and flowers in your hair.
Okay, so that was her post, and it said 10 days, and then it had 9/16 in it. Okay. So let's back up and give me a second here. Gotta back up my stuff here. Let me see where it went through here. Yeah, let's go back to this slide. So she said 10 days, 9/16. And again, you have Q 4730 made September 16th, 9/16. And it's got the Mickey Mouse hands on the clock at 9 minutes after 10. Which
that's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
What a connection.
But wait, there's more. I had made a post on Facebook, and this is going to get back into that Arctic Frost stuff. So I had made a post on Facebook that was talking about with the Arctic Frost that look for something to come out. Like when that Arctic Frost stuff came out, I was saying, they're not going to report on this in the mainstream news. Look for some kind of event to pop up. Actually, I may be getting to a whole nother segment here. I may be getting ahead of myself. Oh, well, no, I'm not. Okay. Anyway, I had to check my notes. But I was talking about look for a whole nother event to come out so the mainstream news doesn't have to report on the Arctic Frost stuff. This is going to tie right into Charlie Kirk. I may have to upload some more slides here because I think I'm starting to run out, or maybe I have. Yep, I have run out. So give me 1 second here. Let me upload the next set of slides, which would be 8. Actually, it was, right here.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Arctic Frost probe targeted nearly 100 in GOP groups. We know that to be 92, including Charlie Kirk's TPUSA.
Yep, and right there's my post on Facebook that I had made. Look for something to come out to cover this stuff up. And we actually had seen something come out that covered this stuff up. Mm-hmm. And it was a next slide. Let me pull it up. I'm trying to pull these up on the fly. Need to actually clear the stage some, but we had this come up that came out.
Yeah, Palestinians flee as Israeli troops push into Gaza City. It recently happened. Hundreds of thousands of people remained in the city with hardly anywhere to go. Israel said the ground operation after nearly 2 years of war was needed to keep Hamas militants from regrouping.
So let's look at this again. What's behind Charlie Kirk there?
Yeah, Israel, United States.
Shlomo Pearl. So, that was kind of interesting to me. But then you've got this Q drop. 1 second, let me pull it up here. There we go. And I'm going to remove some of these from stage before I pull the rest of this up. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we had this Q drop. Excuse me. Q916.
Yeah.
So we had that video, from Erica here, and in that video was 916. Then you had the other guy pointing at 916. And then you got Q drop 9/16, which was 3/10/2018. And Q says, we're saving, or Q was asked, what about A1? And we talked about A1 on the show in a couple episodes. Imran A1. Yeah, that he was going to come back around into play, in my opinion. And I still think he is. And Nanon had said, what about A1? Is Israel involved? And Q says, we are saving Israel for last. Very specific reasons, not mentioned a single time, Q. And this is Q 9/16. That, again, connects right back to that and what I had showed you with that. So, like, you know, I kind of found that hard to ignore, in my opinion. But then we also had, no, we didn't. Okay, so this also goes right back to what MJ Truth Ultra was getting at here with President Trump calling or making that post of Shlomo Pearl with Charlie Kirk. And like a lot of this seems to be tying into Israel, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, you got a lot going on out there. You got Candace Owens doubling down on the Israel theory. You got this, what's going on. There's a lot of theories out there with Israel connections.
There is. And one more little quick thing I want to throw in here to finish off the Charlie Kirk stuff is this blew my mind. I was on my way to work and I didn't notice this until I'd watched Absolute Storm Show. But do you know there was a book that came out the day before Charlie Kirk's assassination, the published date? So let me first start by saying, like, I think if you want to put anything on Amazon, it has to be reviewed, and it takes a couple day process to review it, to have your product put on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then if you're writing a book, that's a little bit of time involved in that to, write it, edit the book and publish it. But look at this shit right here. Like, this blew my mind. This book was put out on the 9th of September, the day before Charlie Kirk's shooting. And it's called The Shooting of Charlie Kirk. And it goes into detail about the whole entire exact campus and everything where Charlie Kirk was shot at. So I don't know, make of that what you will. That's kind of weird. What do you think, Parabellum?
Hold on, I'm coming back to you. The shooting with Charlie Kirk. I'm not sure what to think about that, honestly, at this point. I see that
it was
that
actually
1.0 review down there.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Look into this right here. Somebody sent out a letter that was post dated like 5 days before he was killed. Did y'all see that?
Seems like I'd seen something about that.
Like it was stamped 5 days before he was killed. Kind of a remorse letter, like sorry about what happened, and the stamp date was like 5 days before.
Well, there is also a
it was Israel's chief rabbi.
Yes.
So I do.
There was also oh, go ahead, Parabellum. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just telling you. Yeah, that was Israel's chief rabbi. That was put into the news. But that was some of the stuff that's floating around.
There is also a band that has a what's the thing you can put music up to and people can download it? The app. I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, they have songs out, and one of the songs they have out is what was the time? Oh, Charlie Kirk dead at 20 or 31.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. Like, there is so much around this Charlie Kirk death that
there is. It almost feels like dissemination of information to me. So, I'm a logical guy. I'm going to get ready to drop a logical truth bomb on you from my perspective. I hope it doesn't offend anybody. But, to me, I was driving today and thinking about Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk and everything that's happened thus far. And I look at Candace Owens doubling down on her Israel theory. I see all of this Israel information coming out, right? So let me cook for a minute. So I see all this Israel information coming out, and I see a lot of these things. And I even found myself at one point going, ooh, wait a minute. Whoa, that's something don't add up. So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. here. So
okay,
I love you, buddy, but here we go. Just give me a second to push this truth bomb.
Well, I'm not like, again, I'm not putting, my, like my opinion
100%.
with
Yeah,
this.
no, I got you.
I'm just putting this out there for people to look at. Is all
Okay,
I'm
cool
doing.
deal. Well, I'm gonna do the same, and I'm gonna put something out from a different perspective. And here's the thing. So I was thinking about Candace Owens and all the information she's putting out, right? Nothing against Candace Owens. I think she's got some pretty good points, dude, and definitely needs to be investigated. There is some cool stuff going on there, like whoa, we need to check that out. Maybe not cool stuff, but we need to check that out, right? We need to look into that. You got the new photo that she just released on her podcast, Candace Owens, and it shows at 6:38 p.m. Tyler Robinson at a Dairy Queen in different clothes than what he was arrested in. So there's a lot of disinformation that's going around, and I'm hearing all of this information come out.
I agree
the
with you,
Israeli connection. You see the fallout between Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, and they had a disagreement basically on Israel, where Charlie supported Israel, and then Candace Owens started going into what she's going into, which she's absolutely to have, allowed to have that right and go in to protect our friend and have these things, these opinions. But there's one thing I can't get past, my friend.
Okay.
And this is the one thing I want to bring to the people as far as from my perspective. Okay. So all this information's coming out, and yet at the same time, you just had Erica Kirk presented as the CEO of Turning Point USA. To me, in my personal opinion, I get it, but I think that her accepting the job as CEO of TP USA absolutely smashes any theories that are going on out there. And let me explain why. I'm driving, going to my daughter's diabetic appointment, and I'm going over this, and I'm going over my morals and trying to understand, Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk as a wife. And let's put them a little bit into perspective to, a Christian couple with a moral compass and values of things of right and what is wrong. And as far as I know, based off religious ideologies, is that a wife in especially Christian values stands by her man, no matter what. And I know those women to be very strong women. So here's the thing.
I heard
here's
say
the thing.
Stand by your man in the background.
No, yeah, that's my lady. Yeah, she's definitely with it. But what I'm gonna say is nothing against Candace Owens and nothing against all of the other theories that are coming out. Like I said, I even caught myself kind of going into it with the other shooter, and then all this other crap coming out. And then Candace Owens and all of her information that's come out. Here's the one thing that I can't get past. In order for Candace Owens to be correct, now just go with me. In order for Candace Owens to be correct, in order for the Israeli conspiracies to be correct, or let me maybe not say conspiracies, the Israeli ideology that they're involved, and they are absolutely responsible, I would have to believe that Erica Kirk was one of two things. She didn't know her husband at all, or she was absolutely not involved in her husband's job, which I know that to be untrue, because she shows up, dude, and she's at every campus event with the children. So in order to convince me of Israel, in order to convince me of anything that's going on with that, you have to convince me that a moral, positive Christian woman is not standing by her husband, or is totally ignorant to the fact of all of these things that's going on in her husband's life. This is a perspective that I think people haven't even thought about yet. I'm dropping bombs, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dropping bombs, brother. You would have to convince me that this wife would not know. And I have to say, she absolutely knew what was going on in her husband's life. She was involved, and she accepted the job to continue. So my point is that if she took the job as CEO of TP USA, then everything else is garbage. Tell me what you think.
Well, like I agree with a lot of what you said there, but still there is this post that Trump made, and I like, what the hell?
Right. I get it. But at the end of the day, you still have to convince. That's where it's so hard for me.
I'm not saying anything bad with Trump. Like me personally, I think there's a lot of information that we're not going to get as anons or MAGA supporters or conservatives that has to be played out to take this whole entire operation, play this whole entire operation out and take the deep state down. And this may be part of it. Maybe it's something,
right.
Maybe it wasn't meant for us. Maybe it was meant to throw them off. I don't know.
Well, what I will say to shed light on what I just said, like I said, this is me just driving down the road, thinking in my thoughts. It's just me as a regular guy with an opinion. Okay. This is my opinion, but I'll also tell you, there are other things that happened are totally questionable that need to be investigated. But at the end of the day, what's not convincing me of this? You have to tell me that Erica Kirk knew nothing. And I don't know if you guys know your wives, but I would say, ladies and gentlemen out there in the world, you got a good one. She's standing by you, and she's not going to take up that mantle if she was aware of Israeli pressure, if she was aware of all these things going on. That is what I ask the world to debate. That is what I ask. Disprove that. And I yield, my friend. I yield.
All right. Let's move on to the next little segment here. I think we got some free speech in the USA. What do you got on that, Parabellum? Have you got anything on that?
Not really too much as far as free speech in the USA. I know of a lot of the events that are going on, man. Oh, I froze. Oh, we're back.
Oh, okay. You're right. Before we get anything else, I want to also plug our Anunnaki episode.
Absolutely.
Let me play this for you guys, and you guys got to watch tomorrow's Anunnaki episode. Let me play this video for you guys.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
All right, we're not going to play the whole entire intro. I just wanted to give a look.
Right on, man. Anunnaki coming up tomorrow. I can't wait for that.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Hey,
Walker.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Y'all sound really echoey, like real echoey.
Oh, I don't know. I hear it okay. Maybe it came through your phone. I don't know.
I don't know. It's really weird. Like I could barely hear you. Like it's echoey.
Could be a bad connection.
It's not showing any echo on my end and my mic.
Yeah, it's like my volume's completely down. Which is weird. Hold on.
Is it when we're speaking, or is it when like a video's playing?
Like when y'all speaking, it's weird. I couldn't hear the video neither.
Oh wow, that's odd. Did you play it through the overlay? Oh, you played it through the overlay. That's probably why you couldn't hear it. It has to be in the.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is. Everybody else heard it okay, but for some reason
he said when we're speaking, he can hear it too.
I can't. Yeah, I can. It's like you're always echoing. Really, like it's crazy. It's like you're like in a little tiny can, like you're talking through a can.
Hello. Let me check.
Anybody else in chat can give us some feedback on that? Are we coming through okay? Like I've got it pulled up on my phone here, and it seems like everything's coming through okay on my phone as far as audio goes.
It might be me, which don't make no sense, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, guys. That way y'all can handle your stuff. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. You hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, and your Jackie. Jackie, is that her name?
Oh yeah, Jackie. Yeah.
Yep. Tune in tomorrow night. Watch us. You'll like it.
I'll give her the link.
Yep. Give her the link. And awesome seeing you getting your tattoo tonight, Jackie.
Oh, thank you.
Trooper.
Yeah. Hey, look here, I love you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Love you, brother. Peace out.
Take care, brother.
All right. So anyway, we'll wrap the rest of this up. Before we get into the last little bit of the show here, I did want to touch on, this is episode 22. And I do want to touch on Q22 one more time, because we've seen Trump initiate the National Guards in quite a few cities. And we've been talking about this on the show, is the Insurrection Act coming, and the Posse Comitatus Act. So I do want to touch one more time on Q22 for anybody who's not familiar with what's been going on and why Trump's doing what he's doing. In my opinion, and again, this is my opinion, and it's probably quite a few people's opinion, but Q22 says, who controls the DNG? Why was the DNG recently mind you, this drop was made 11/1 of 2017. So Q says, who controls the DNG? Why was the DNG recently activated in select cities within the U.S.? Can the DNG work in coordination with the Marines? We've seen that. I've said this. We've seen that in L.A. Do conditions need to be satisfied to authorize? What former president used the military to save the republic, and what occurred exactly? And if I'm not mistaken, the last time the military or National Guards was used, I was thinking it was like in the 60s when they had the I think it was the 60s, the blacks in the schools, and there you go. But wasn't that what it was, Parabellum, the last time they were used?
Mm-hmm.
Biggest drop on poll ever. Study and prepare. The masses tend to panic in situations. No war, no civil unrest. And these are the key things I'm wanting to touch on here, is no war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. So Trump's activating the National Guards in multiple cities. You've seen it in Washington. He just recently sent them to Memphis. You've seen it in LA. Looks like they're going to be in Chicago, New Orleans. Is it New Orleans? Is that the other one I'm thinking of?
I'd have to look it up. Let me double check. Oh, Missouri. Was it Missouri was one we was talking about? Let me double check.
It may have been. I was thinking we talked about it in New Orleans too. But anyway, you can look that up. But no war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. So they are actually in a big panic right now. You got Trump declaring Antifa as a terrorist organization. We're coming up on the midterms. What do you think these people are going to do? What's usually their playbook? Like, tell me, Parabellum, what's their playbook whenever they're starting to lose?
Oh, whenever Democrats are starting to lose, they start to talk over you. They don't allow you to speak. They get emotional.
But they do more, like what we see in 2020.
Oh, cheat. Still, they do all the immoral.
Well, no.
Which one? Where you at?
So what I'm getting at is like what they do all that too, and you're right. You're correct on that. But what I'm getting, we've seen the 2020 riots. We've seen.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely violence.
Yep, violence in the streets,
my friend. They get violent.
So we are coming up on the midterms, and in my opinion, I think this is why Trump's getting this ready so he can initiate the Insurrection Act. He's getting all these National Guards ready to go in all these Democratic controlled cities. So whenever the midterms come up or something before the midterms may happen. I'm not sure how it's gonna play out, but I think that's why he's getting these National Guards in these cities, is to have them ready. So like it can be like a quick response whenever Antifa comes out, or what is it? The organization, the Gays with Guns. Is that what it is?
That was Queers with Rifles.
Well, whatever.
That's literally the name. Yeah, I mean, is what it is.
But what I'm saying is, when organizations like that spring up to cause chaos and riots and looting and try to hurt people, I think this is why Trump's getting the National Guards in place, and then he's going to boom Insurrection Act and no war, no civil unrest. That's the key word there. No civil unrest, clean and swift. You go around and cause this chaos, it's a fuck around, find out moment.
Absolutely. Now, well, you're in a stage of accountability that's going on in the world today, and I think you see it across the globe. And Democrats are trying to paint it as all Republicans are trying to, assume full control and destroy everything that you're hearing that we've been telling you that the Democrats have been doing for years. You're hearing them say that kind of stuff, and that's exactly what the Republicans are doing now. And I find it to be absolutely untrue, especially two-sided. If anything, the violent rhetoric has always been on the left. You're going to hear them say it's coming from the right. No, it has always been far left liberal ideology that has spewed hate, violence, and death. I mean, you see that happen with Charlie Kirk. I mean, you see it happen. Black Lives Matter. I mean, you see it happen with the riots. I mean, in LA, everywhere. It is always violence with the left, and it's the conservatives that you see that are generally standing around in a circle praying.
Standing around in a circle jerking.
Yeah, I mean, either praying or circle jerk, whatever it may be. You see calmness come out of conservatives, and I find that to be because conservatives have a more well thought out and well built moral compass. And Republicans are just out there, or Democrats are out there acting like children.
Yep. You want to jump into the next segment? Is there anything else you want to go over before we do?
No, I think that's it. I was just loading up some badass segments for us.
Yep. Well, before we get into badass segments, we're going to try to run through this real quick. And we've got the left right now screaming about censorship. And we just seen this happen. Jimmy Kimmel
let go, yanked from Disney, ABC, baby.
But
here's the beautiful thing about that, if I can interject, is that it even got worse for Jimmy Kimmel. If you guys didn't see it, the time slot in which he had to run, that's actually going to be replaced by a Charlie Kirk tribute.
I seen that. That's epic.
Absolutely amazing. What a move. Budweiser, take notes.
Yep. What was that in the background?
That was my lady. She is a squawking chicken wild lady.
So you got Jimmy Kimmel. Rob Schneider had posted this, and like I was kind of surprised when I seen that, and he said, I forgot that he said that. And I guess maybe I don't know. I screenshotted this and just decided to put it on there, but can you see what's highlighted there in yellow parabellum?
Yeah, on the far right side. ABC, to their credit, didn't waste any time. They canceled her show today. This wasn't about free speech. It was about consequences for saying something vile. You can say what you want, but networks don't have to pay you to say it. Down at the bottom, actions have consequences, and ABC made the right call. But this is something that I fully agree with, and I think the world's really gotten away from.
So he's talking about Roseanne Barr in that.
Oh wow! Well, I'm talking about Jimmy Kimmel.
I know, but like Jimmy Kimmel is talking about Roseanne Barr in that. Like he was talking about that on his show.
Yeah, I got you. Funny how the shoe's on the other foot.
Exactly. So freedom of speech. That's what we're talking about. Like I thought that was interesting. But you also had Harris. Yeah. This was back in that's a good 2019.
Let's be honest.
Yep.
At real Donald Trump's Twitter account should be suspended. So there you go. You see the cancel culture coming from the left. They've been doing it forever. And here's the playbook that we were talking about. you're finding conservatives and Republicans that are standing up, and the very second that it's done to them, all of a sudden we cry like babies.
Yep. They're like,
Yep, they absolutely do, man. I mean, they cannot handle it. That's because they're emotional creatures, not operating out of the forefront or the prefrontal cortex. They're just running off of emotion.
And what you're saying there, this is the shit they do right here in this slide. I mean, look at it. You got Charlie Kirk memorial kind of thing painted there. They paint over it. You have the I can't pronounce her name.
Irina Zabretska.
Yeah. It's hard to pronounce. Sorry.
But
anyway, yeah, it is. The lady that got murdered in the subway, and then they paint over that. And then on the right there, if someone is a Nazi or a wait, before I get into this, let me explain something to people out there. So I blame Charlie Kirk's death on the left, because they have been the ones who have been spewing for years, the past quite a few years, that Trump's a Nazi, Trump's a fascist, Trump's this, Trump's that, blah 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 blah, and anybody supports Trump's and what right wing extremists are racist and blah 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 blah, and they just keep spewing this stuff out on the mainstream news, and these people fall for this stuff. These weak-minded left-wing people fall for this stuff, and then they do the
Kool-Aid,
shit
baby.
Yeah, and they exactly. They drank the Kool-Aid, and then they do the shit that they do, like what happened with Charlie Kirk. So they're trying to say that we talked about this again last Friday's show. We talked about it, that we are not right-wing extremists.
Right.
We are the majority. They are the extremists. We're not the ones out there with guns shooting people. We're not the ones out there getting cars, driving over people in crowds. It's them. So
yeah, and for me particularly, it's just like President Trump even says, just the common sense party. I mean, we're just common sense people that were raised with a little bit of decent upbringing.
Jimmy Kimmel lost his show because it wasn't because of the freedom of speech. It's because, number one, he was losing ratings.
Absolutely.
And they got rid of him for that. Yeah. But number two, what he said didn't really go in line with the majority of what people's thinking were at ABC. And I guess had seen that and was like, well, we got to get you out of there.
A lot of the information had already come out, about the shooter.
Yep.
And a lot of that information was confirmed and still went against, reporting the actual truth. So, I mean, that's what you get with Jimmy Kimmel. That's what happened. Here's the other thing, there was another quick hot topic I want to drop on. I got into a debate chat room about Charlie Kirk, and I'm running into all these people that are actively celebrating, you guys have heard about this, the celebration of Charlie Kirk's assassination. It's absolutely sickening, and it baffles me that their mindset can't understand or discern the difference between over celebrating something that is so negative, and when the Republicans hold somebody accountable, they cannot figure out and discern the difference. It's mind boggling to me. Here's the way, a lot of people even brought up, and I don't want to jump too big into a topic. You get people talking about, well, what about George Floyd? Or, what about these other things that happened on the conservative side and this, that, and another. But here's the difference that I'm going to give to a lot of people. And holy hell, we're about to blow up the internet. But one of the difference,
blow us up, man.
I'd like to state is, maybe a relativity, maybe a metaphor type statement here. In the NFL, what happens when you over celebrate after scoring a touchdown? What happens if you step over your opponent? What is the flag? What's it called? Taunting. It is a penalty. So
I don't watch a lot of
the
sports.
Analogy, I'm going to tell you, man, the analogy of NFL is that when you over celebrate or you step over one of your opponents and you do something that is immorally incorrect, it is wrong, you absolutely get penalized for it. Well, welcome to the game of life, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah. Welcome to the game of life, liberals.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Okay, when you celebrate the death of somebody in comparison to, having an opinion, there is a difference. And what blows my mind and baffles me is that the sheer mentality and the thought process and the brain comprehension of, excuse me, the left is that they cannot fathom nor are willing to accept something as simple as that analogy.
Yep.
Common sense should dictate that is the way.
They usually just shut down and go, "You're a racist."
Yeah.
But like right here, if someone is an well, excuse me, go ahead and read that. The one on the right. Oh, did you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Never,
Go ahead.
never mind. Go ahead.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
No, my lady was speaking to me.
Okay.
All right. So where you want to move to on this?
Oh, I was just going to go over the one on the right there. Like it kind of pertained to the same kind of shit we were talking about.
So
if someone is a Nazi or a fascist, well, never mind. Go ahead.
They wouldn't be having a civil debate with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely a great point that Charlie Kirk even brought up in a lot of his debates.
That's exactly what Charlie Kirk done.
They don't want to hear it. People that are unreachable don't want to hear it. Active drug users, yeah, prime example. They don't want to use it. We call that the peculiar mental twist. We call that a mental block, whatever you want to call it.
Before we get into badass
defect,
yeah. I did have one more I wanted to pull up here on this topic. I thought I'd clipped it, but I haven't clipped it. Let me see if I can find it real quick over on X. Give me 1 second. Well, why is my... Oh, there it goes. So, let's see if I can find this real quick. It should pull up pretty easy, I'm thinking. It was a bunch of left-wing people painting on the Charlie Kirk rock. And,
absolutely desecrating,
But it was also hilarious, the way they went about it. If I can find... Maybe... I wonder if I shared that. Let me look on my page and see if I shared that. I think I did.
Well... Let me see here. I've got another one for you. See if I can pull it up here real quick. How about AOC coming in, insulting Charlie Kirk today in the committee hearing? Check it out.
Yeah. Go for it.
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans. Far from the working tirelessly to promote unity, unquote, asserted by the majority in this resolution.
So there you go. I mean, yet another negative comment from the far left. They don't quite understand the boundaries of the rules of free speech, hate speech, and these are all the things that they stand for. Hate speech, oh gosh, hate crime, these are things we stand for, but yet you do not understand the basic boundaries and principles of normal communication between two humans. Okay.
Yep.
Just like two guys coming up, hey, guy code. Anybody ever heard of guy code? All right. We know certain things that we shouldn't say around other men. And there's things and lines that you shouldn't cross. Okay. That's just one example. Okay.
AOC's, I'm not even going to get into that, but
absolutely ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying is it should be understood. The sheer fact that it is not understood by the left is absolutely mind-blowing, dude. Every man on planet Earth knows that when you're around another man, you don't do certain things, especially involving his wife or, whatever it may be. You don't say shit. We all know this.
Yeah.
Why is it not happening with liberals? That's my question.
Trust me, I think there's no answer. I think that's everybody's question. Why? Right. So I think this is going to lead us into the badass clips because I found, even though what they were doing, in my opinion, was wrong. The way they went about it, and like some of the things they're doing here, like just it's going to lead into badass clips because I thought it was funny. Like I thought, oh my god, these people are absolutely insane. They have they're actually they're so stupid.
I remember this, the college kids that this is a prime example of your indoctrination within 20 years of liberal education. So
the way they go about painting, like just starting off right now, you got her hand with covered in blue paint, and she's got a bucket of paint. So it gets better. So watch this.
Oh, I do, but Charlie Kirk is definitely not the morals I support or the religion I support, where you're just taught to love your neighbor, not hate your neighbor. Respect. Yeah, love your neighbor.
Okay. If you disagree,
So this is loving your neighbor. I'm not gonna love a man who doesn't even.
You don't have to. You're not loving your neighbor. You're not loving your neighbor.
Jesus Christ.
You're right.
Liberal ideology indoctrination at its finest. Right here.
No, we're here protecting somebody. We're not here judging. And we're not the ones. If we were judging, we would be taking our paint can and dumping it on you, but we're not, are we? Because someone has to. I'm getting older. It will, hopefully. If not, it's a price I gotta pay.
Yeah. Taunting. 15-yard penalty. I mean, come on, dude.
I don't think I did something
crazy.
Oh, just watch.
How do they not understand it?
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right here. So you got this guy coming up. Maybe back up just a little bit here. And 1 second. Okay, so see this guy here coming with the headphones on?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's he got in his hand?
Oh, I can't tell what's going on right there.
He's got.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. He's got a can of paint in his hand. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see can of paint. I'm not sure what he's putting into the can of paint. I can't tell.
Oh, you'll see. Watch this shit. I was like, oh my God, this guy is so freaking stupid.
Yeah.
He's got a paint roller.
What a fucking idiot.
And he's dipping it in.
He's doing with his hand.
Like, I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh, where was this kid's dad, dude?
Exactly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Get a paintbrush, moron, if you're going to do it.
Look,
I mean,
he's actively seducing the liberal woman. Crocky, what we have right here is a liberal woman, and this is the liberal man coming in with his paint roller. Dumbasses, dude.
All right,
he's doing it with his hand.
But I'm like Willie Mays here, but wait, there's more.
She was pushing people out of the way. No,
Billy Mays, I meant to say.
I'm happy to speak. Sorry, I'm really happy to speak. Okay. You want to speak?
Just rubbing my paint on with a paint roller.
Dude, somebody's got to come up with a meme about the liberal fucking paint roller, dude. I don't know.
Oh, wait, there's more paint roller shit.
Oh,
if someone wants to move these flags, I don't necessarily want to get any paint on them.
You've already covered everything else in paint, so I don't
want to cover up the flag portion at all. Just the first on it. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Dude, I'm so glad I'm not you.
At least they're polite. I mean,
yeah, well, I've met plenty of people in my life that figured out how to manipulate, manners. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? They can be very schmoozy and say all the right things, but their intentions are all fucked up.
Yep. Exactly.
Once you go down the bad path of life, and then you learn all that, and then you turn out to try and be a decent human being, you start to see those things. That was my journey personally, but
let's continue here.
Yeah.
So
let me get this, because she did cover you in paint, and she did put her hands on you. She did. She pushed me. Yeah.
So you see the girl there holding the paint roller in the white shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch her with the paint roller and.
Oh my God.
Are you guys happy? Yeah.
I'll give you
like seriously?
Dude,
I was like, what?
They even got a paint tray can, bro. Like,
I'm just gonna touch this. Oh, tickle. Like, what the hell?
Absolutely hilarious. It is clear that none of these children have fathers, and if they did, they were liberal sissies that never taught them how to do shit.
I mean, like, you got a big paint roller this wide, and you got a little bucket this big. Like, what the hell?
Oh my God.
But anyway, that's going to bring us in. That's about, well, I guess we'll watch the rest of this. It's almost done.
So then why do it?
And then she puts her little tiny teeny bit of paint on there.
This is exactly why this happened in the first place.
But then she starts to stick it in again. And she's like, I look so stupid doing this. I think she kind of figured out.
How do you do it? We destroy things you don't agree with. That is why he was shot.
So she's literally standing there like twirling that paint roller, like, yeah, this is dumb. This is dumb. Like,
okay, so what that looks like, those kids never worked a day in their life. Well, and this is exactly what government handouts look like, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me back this up.
Okay, this is food stamps. This is living off the government.
Like,
this is grants. This is they never worked a vocational day in their life.
Look at the look right here on her face. She looks like, yeah, this is stupid. Why am I here? Like, maybe she's having.
Like, how in the fuck am I going to use this paint roller?
Like, why have they got me doing this? Like, she looks like she's probably having a lot of. In my opinion, she looks like she's having second thoughts about what she's doing. Like, this is stupid, guys. We're out here. We're making an ass of ourselves, and you all are idiots for getting me out here. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been there. Oops, made a boo boo.
But anyway, that's going to bring us into some badass clips.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only got one badass clip. What do you got, Parabellum? You want to?
Well, okay, so I got one. I'm going to show you. This is a little bit crazy. Florida, I don't know if it's a governor or senator or congressman, Randy Fine, just put a video out. Okay. And he said, you better get ready to fight mental health of the far left liberal ideology, because if you don't, this is what's going to be on your streets. Check it out. Applause. Fucking applause. What in the fuck, dude?
I don't know what I just watched. What was that?
So, okay, again, man. Okay.
Was that a dog show, a grooming show, or a...
This is going into, they say, oh, well, children never went to school and they didn't believe they were cats and we didn't support it. You're right there in a gymnasium being a dog and you're getting applauded, by a whole bunch of far left liberals, I would assume, dude, because only liberals would applaud that. I'd put your nose in shit. But anyways.
Oh man,
you have one?
Yep. I got one. I only got one, so I'll play it, and the rest of them's going to be yours. But this is Kash Patel at that same exact stuff we just went over earlier today. And check this out. Somebody put this together. Well, I'll just let it speak for itself.
In this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
It is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media.
Investigated the Minnesota Vikings. That's hilarious, dude.
That's all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you heard the story. Minnesota Vikings, of course, they just beat the first gay cheerleader. And here's the thing, man. Republicans don't care. Hey, do your thing, boo-boo. Do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Just don't infiltrate our schools or our children or put that ideology on people who don't want it. But here's the thing. That's hilarious. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Anytime one of them hits you in the head or... Well,
I think green dildo sales are about to shoot up in the stock market by about 2,500%, dude. So here's another one I got for you, man. So
all right,
I was scrolling. I came across this in my feed, and it's another badass clip. This is Jimmy Kimmel, but it's AI generated, and it's his.
I love AI generated.
I love this. I do, dude. Too hilarious. This is closing statements about leaving Disney.
Let's do it.
Yes. Here we go.
Well, apparently Disney has pulled my show off air indefinitely, probably because I'm a human garbage woke piece of shit that deserves it. Oh, and also I should go fuck myself. Democrats are a bunch of losers, and most of them, if not all of them, are retarded. Oh, and Trump will run and win again in 2028, and there is nothing we can do about it. So anyway, fuck me and all the libtards. Thank you. Well, apparently.
My God, Jimmy. My God.
That's great.
Absolutely insane. Again, AI generated, ladies and gentlemen. Learn to laugh. You can go to a comedy show and laugh at something like that. Let it roll off your chin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But absolutely hilarious, man. Oh my God.
You got one more for us?
I do. So I have another one. This is a Trump moment, and it's a little bit of a trolling moment from President Trump. So when he's in UK at the UK visit that we were going over in the show today, this is actually something that President Trump tweeted or he put on X. Let's go, Fannie Willis.
I've been really trying to hold back and feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby.
No.
You've never gone to a cabin with this.
So President Trump posted that, and he had a little bit of context into that post too.
Well, there was more to the beginning of that video too.
There was. I only got the short clip. What was the beginning?
The beginning was he was asked by the court about his relations with Fannie Willis, if something about staying in a cabin, I think is what it was.
Oh, yeah, staying in a cabin. If anything happened between them and them,
that's how the full video
relationship.
That's how the full video went, and then like it went in, like he's like, "Did you ever stay in a cabin with Fannie Willis?" And he's like, or something like that. He's like, "Ever?" And then all of a sudden it goes into that.
The sheer fact that President Trump put that in while he was signing, most likely, or creating a $350 billion tech deal and getting trolled by protesters on Windsor Castle about Epstein shit. The sheer fact that he posted that like it was nothing. Troll master.
I have got
baby.
Hold on a minute. I got to find that full clip.
Yeah. See if you can find that full clip. I'm just gonna play another little one.
Okay, go ahead.
It not real great, but here's one from President Trump. He's just talking trash to another reporter, and here we go. Badass clip, Australian reporter, President Trump, holding him accountable.
That it is appropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Go ahead, John. Maybe you can set a nicer tone.
When the UAE does a deal, what does it want in return?
Quiet. Mr. President.
So
Trump doing what he does best, dude. Quiet. You're going to hurt your people bad. Do you know I know your leader? Oh, here's the full video.
Yep, here's the full video.
I want to see the whole thing.
All right, so here's the whole thing in all its glory. Nathan Wade, Fannie Willis.
Did you go to a cabin with Miss Willis ever?
Ever.
Ever.
Let me think about that for a second.
Trying to hold back and feeling.
Trying to recall here.
And if you feel like I feel, baby.
Hey, they said the camera had a few times.
No.
So yeah, that was Trump, as you can see. As you can see right here. Yeah, that was his actual post that he had made on Truth Social. So
I appreciate that, man. That's cool, dude. Love the badass clips coming out this week. We'll have more for next week. We didn't get to cover everything that went on. There was some more stuff about SLC, armed queers getting into the Arctic frost and all kinds of other information. We'll be able to bring it up and keep it on for next week.
I'd say a lot more news is going to roll out about some of that stuff. So
yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. A little bit more.
We'll actually have it on next week's show. But I do want to remind everybody once again, if you're watching whatever platform you're watching on, go down there and hit that thumbs up button for us. Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X, hit that thumbs up, share the show if you like it. And I do also want to say that, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same cues, different views is going to be our.
We're gonna be back, baby.
We'll be back tomorrow night, third episode of Anunnaki special that we've been working on, kind of going down the rabbit hole with Anunnaki. If you've not
political
watched,
news going into the Anunnaki.
but there'll probably be maybe a little bit of political news, but it's going to be more Anunnaki based. But if you've not watched the first two, go back and they're on our Same Cues, Different Views YouTube account, which it's not. It's Hex 7 on YouTube, and you can find them on there. But we have an actual Rumble account, Same Cues, Different Views, a Rumble channel. You can go watch the first 2 episodes of it on that and catch up if you want to between now and tomorrow night. But definitely go check it out. It's tomorrow night. It's going to be really good.
We got the Emerald Tablets. We got the Book of Enoch. I've got all kinds of videos lined up. We're ready to go to be able to make a great show to kind of continue the story of what's going on with Anunnaki.
Yep. And what we've tried to do with this is with the first couple episodes, we've tried to kind of introduce people to, if you don't have an understanding or any knowledge of what the Anunnaki whole thing is, we've tried to kind of walk you down through that using some clips from videos that we have looked up online that talk about
Anunnaki Connection.
Yeah, Anunnaki
Big
Connection.
one that Big Country stands for.
Anunnaki Ancient Mysteries. That's a channel on YouTube that you can follow. We've got a lot of clips from them. We'll probably have some clips if you've not watched the Y Files, but we'll probably have some clips coming in later episodes from the Y Files that tie into a lot of Anunnaki stuff. And the Y Files are awesome. I highly recommend checking out the Y Files if you like that kind of little bit alien kind of conspiracy stuff. So definitely check out the Y Files. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. We've been on here a little over 3 hours tonight. Episode 22 has been a big episode. I told you it was packed full of content tonight. So, but we're going to jump out of here. I've got Halloween decorations to finish. I'm sure Parabellum has to do some stuff with his lady, but I'll let you do your closing words first, Parabellum.
Oh man, closing words, dude. So there was a whole lot of information that came out. You got the financial reports. You got a little bit of information that's going on with Charlie Kirk. You got a little bit of the other perspectives that's going on with Israel, and you got Candace Owens, and you got all this going on. In times of doubt, for a person like me, I try to go with my gut. And for me, I just want to bring back that one question. If you're confused and you find yourself confused, that's scary. When you're confused about something and maybe you don't want an answer, I would say go back to your gut. And I gotta bring it back, dude. Ask yourself if Erica Kirk, as a woman, could not know nothing about what's going on.
I love it.
Seriously, ask yourself that. I don't see it, ladies and gentlemen. I see her as a good, strong, conservative, moral woman who took a Turning Point USA chapter.
Yep.
And lived on her legacy. And I don't see a woman who's doing that as somebody who didn't know anything else about that. So prove me wrong. I don't know. It's an opinion. That's what I got, Buffy.
All right. So guys, I'm just going to close with saying it's hard to discern some of this information that's coming out. There's a lot of stuff comes out and it's hard to discern it, but try to, stay focused. Don't let your emotions get away with you. We've got to stay on track, stay focused. If, the left wants us to go out and get in the streets and riot and cause chaos, stuff like that, so they can point their finger and go, oh, look what the MAGA party's doing. Look what the conservatives are doing. Don't fall for that bullshit.
One hand in the bush, baby.
Yep. And on top of that, we're in the not recovery, but we're in the exposure phase of this, in my opinion. So hang tight. The deep state has been rooted in for years. It's going to be hard to get them out. It's not going to be done in a matter of a few months. And if you are and I think it may have been Absolute Storm show had talked about this, and I loved what they had said on there is, if you're in this movement and you're supporting this movement and putting out truth on a social media platform, whether it be posts, whether it be live video content and stuff like that, expect to stay in this movement for quite a while, because it's going to take a while to root out all these deep state players, because this system is corrupt. And Trump said the swamp runs deep, and believe me, it runs deep. It's not just federal, it's state and down to local government. It runs,
absolutely,
got to be cleaned out. So it's going to take a few years to get this lined out. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a few months. It's going to take time, and be ready for the long haul. It is time to drain the swamp. And aside from that, I'm just going to say peace out, God bless, and where we go on, we go all. We're same cues, different views. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, AMUNNAKI. God bless, guys.
Everybody.